Oh, hello there. I didn't see you. I'm Craig from Iron Horse Railways, and you're watching The Monday Club.
It's Monday, it's 70th, and the Bronx are fueled. It's time for The Monday Club, featuring your host, Jennifer Kirk, with the help of Stubborn Monkey and a wizard called Gandalf. Featuring the sounds of the Glassite Symphony Orchestra and the musical stylings of Gordon the Music Maestro. Let's get ready to loco!
A big hello to you. So great to see you, and I hope I find you well. So you'll see us here. We've got a guest.
Hello!
You might recognise him. He's grown his hair a bit since the intro. And of course, Topsy Toaster. Who can forget the host with the toast? So we've got Flymo Chairman 1, Ian O'Brien, Patrick Ling, Richard Swiderski, Caroline Rogers, Adi Pullen, Jennifer Horton, Dion Wollaston, Robert Davies, Valleys 56XX, Dave Holloway, Hot Dog Pilot Andy, Sarah Davis, Valleys 56XX, Mike Lane, TT120, Mousehole Rail, Peter Jackson, Cheadle Heath, Smallwood Junction, Malcolm Moore, Upwell and Onwards even, Ruben Ashwell, Harry Sedgwick, Peter Jackson, Cheadle Heath, David Scott.
That right.
Says, looks like all the usual suspects have joined the train. And Haunted Halloween Railway. Big hello to you. And James Pets. We do approve of James Pets. James says, Topsy Toaster. Oh, yes. Robin Silver, Not So Salty Sea Dog says, oh dear, gas meter. Dongit's Model Railway. Hello, everyone. Hello.
Ham Shackleton says, is Craig sticking his spare beard hair on top of his head? How did you know my secrets?
I hadn't realised, actually, just how severe your haircut
Look
has
how
been.
grey I'm seeing this grey. I'm like Pat Badger. Terrible.
Oh, no, that's distinguished, that is. So Craig is here, and you're actually using the HM7000. Where's it?
It's
Oh,
just on its way around that. I'm actually using my own locomotive I brought from home.
Wait, I'm gonna go down.
Yeah.
And if you listen now very closely, you should hear the sound of my distinctive whistle. No, not that whistle.
Yes, your distinctive whistle. Keep corking that. So, it's great to see everybody. Hope everybody well. I thought it was about time that we had... I thought Zoe was going to... I've just given Zoe my cup of dirty water from doing some painting. And
It's a very good year for this beverage, my dear.
I thought for one awful moment she was going to just down it in one. I go...
Tastes like gronk.
It's aged like a fine milk.
Ian O'Brien says Tipsy Topsy Toaster. Absolutely, and don't forget that Topsy Toaster will be putting in a special appearance at the Great Electric Train Show on the 14th and 15th of October by popular demand. So come on down, you can meet Topsy Toaster and some of his hangers-on, like myself and the Cupboard Monkey.
Well, I have to go as well.
Yeah, so, John JMC, our guru of sound, is in. Alan Reynolds at Buckland Junction, aka PVA J Cloth Allen, says, oh, I've emailed Zoe a video. Excuse me, DJ K666, big hello to you, Richard Swiderski, TARDIS in Warehouse Yard.
I hope people wouldn't see that because it would be on the
It's
chat.
like, it's not quite, it's like you guys with your 80 inches of plasma.
If my phone goes to sleep, will the local keep working?
I don't know. J94, big hello to you, great to see you. DJ K666 says, do we get toast at Gets? Well, yeah, if you bring bread, then you might do. And also, we probably need to get ourselves some I Can Believe It's Not Butter. Jahalis Valley Rail Production says, Topsy needs to be in the intro. I have been saying that for a little while. We do need to re-record that because I think Topsy Toaster should be there as the host with the toast.
The toast with the horse.
Yeah, so, anyway, though, it's lovely to see you. No, it's been a while.
Nice to see you, see you, nice.
We should have swapped around the intro, because we forgot you're in it. Should have used the one with Laurie.
It's a pre-warning for people. So they know that this is going to contain 50% more beards.
Yeah, almost exactly 50% more bits.
John JMC, Guru of Sound.
Guru of Sound.
I believe he has some news for us. We're going to out you publicly.
Yes.
He has started a new job with Rails of Sheffield.
Wait a minute. No, I don't think he's made it a public until...
No, he has. Yeah, well, Rails of Sheffield certainly has.
I was trying to wind you up.
No, you would never wind me up.
Oh dear. Yeah,
I'm not at work anymore, Jim.
Oh right, yeah, you got.
I lost the key.
Yeah, you got batteries now. Yeah. B. Yeah, we found what
B
takes
cell batteries.
No, B cell.
One big one.
Yeah, B for big.
Right in the back.
Yeah. Ivo Van Zon says, and the big question is, does Mechlin have the guts to present their Flying Scotsman at Getz? Actually, I would like to see that Flying Scotsman. I think it'll be popular, you know. Patrick Ling says, topsy-turvy, tipsy toaster.
Oh, blimey.
That's a bit of a mouthful. Ham Shackleton says, in the Royal Navy, when not butter was offered, we called it axle grease. Ugh. James Pett says, congratulations, John, JMC Guru Sound. No stopping him. Sorry, all the best, John. 3B Rail, hello. Nigel Cole. A Southern Train Girl. Alex Dent says, I'm watching you on my TV tonight.
Excellent choice.
They'll put any old rubbish on the telly, won't they?
Absolutely, yep.
Right, so John JMC, our Guru of Sound. So does this mean, John JMC, our Guru of Sound, that you will now be the Rails Sound Guru? You'll be the sound whisperer at Rails.
So. Pick up the codes and go, tell me your secrets.
Yes. Yes, we will make you fit the smallest of models, and you will be perfect.
It's either that or they've gotten sweeping up all the rubbish on the floor.
Yes.
One of the two.
Yes.
No, there's no grey area here.
Going, ha ha ha, Digitrines doesn't have their Guru of Sound anymore. 1968 Concorde says, I toasted crumpets in my toaster and the thing blew up. If they're a bit too thick...
If you pre-buttered them, I can see why. Just butter them afterwards.
Hereford Martin, hello to you. Great to see you. I hope I find you well. Don't forget to tickle the like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. We're down a viewer tonight because Iron Horse Railways has turned up. So
I'm here in spirit. And body and mind.
So what have we got running? Well, actually, the biggie thing is that you've got your...
I brought my newly acquired J27, which I got from Alice Clark Rail Works.
Yeah, so you'd see it there coming round. Look on the screen.
And I just put the sound on just for this little bit here.
Yeah. So it's coming round. This is Oxford Rail J27. You paid £80.
£70 for it.
£70.
There's a deal done.
There was a bit of a deal. Actually, that's what I like about Ellis. He's not averse to doing a deal.
This has got my own decoder in it. I'm running it from the HM7000 app on my phone. Yeah, and it was great.
I cannot control it from the NCE.
And I can stop the train there if I want.
It is merely leeching the power from my system, and this is where HM7000 is quite great, because you can take your model anywhere you please. And you can leech power from somebody else's layout and play with your train. It's really good, actually. I did debate, actually, when I did some filming at Making Tracks 3. Yeah. And the locomotive that was going round is actually the one being a nuisance of itself.
There's always one.
Yes. Do you know this ran perfectly when I tested it yesterday.
Yeah, but there was no camera yesterday, though, Jay.
So I'll try the universal trick of turning it the other way round. That quite often does tend to do the job.
Yeah. I love that. It sounds amazing.
But I was actually tempted to switch it over to do Bluetooth mode and then scare the living bejesus out of the operators of Making Tracks 3. Oh, big thank you to Andrew Calladine. It says, good to see so many on the show this evening. Looking forward to another great show. And thank you so much for incredibly generously donating £4.99 on the Super Chat. Thank you so much. That's incredibly generous of you. And that does help keep the lights on. Because
I'm coming here and sapping her power to play with my train.
Yes, he's using up our allowance of air. But thank you so much for that. Really generous of you.
Jen, what's in the news? this
In
week?
the news, right? Well, actually, Daypol. The answer is Daypol, funnily enough, because Daypol have been bringing out a whole load of new stuff. So the Class 22s, you might remember these as being one of the earlier super duper detail Daypol models. A really good reputation when it first came out. Really interesting, lovely model. And we've been clamouring for some more for an awfully long time. Daypol have listened, so there is another production run of the Class 22s, and they should be hitting the shops pretty much right now. We've also had announcement from Hattons. They've shared the livery samples. In fact, it might even be production samples of the next batch of Genesis coaches. Now, my top picks for these, based on how well the LMS livery sold, the Midland...
Oh,
whoa. Right.
oh, there's been a terrible thing.
There's been a terrible mistake.
So, while Jenny's just having a cardiac arrest...
Oh, look at... What the hell are you doing? Yeah.
That has actually shorted this. No, it hasn't. We've still got power because I'm still running. There's been all manner of chaos, confusion, and delay caused by an errant. What is that? Is that the Class 7 or is that the diesel?
No, it's the Victory.
The Victory has suffered
on.
defeat, ironically.
Yes.
Yeah,
The Victory snatched defeat from the jaws thereof.
absolutely. And they're going back to what Jen said about the Dapol new releases and what have you. I recently went to Ellis Clark Trains, and I have to say that unfortunately I can see O-Gauge in my future. Not completely getting rid of 00, but certainly as like a second scale to model. I certainly don't have the eyesight for anything smaller than 00, but I think 8 foot long, maybe by 2 foot wide, shunting layout for O-Gauge, little terrier.
okay.
I think you've reversed there, don't you? Something like that might well be on the cards for the future. It's certainly something that I've thought about for a while now, is joining the club that is of the O-Gauge. And with having a retailer like Ellis Clark pretty much on my doorstep an hour away, I think that's going to be a good thing, a good way to go for it, really, Jen. You know, it's handy. And Dapol do a nice range of affordable O-Gauge as well.
That's the big thing. Affordable O-Gauge is here, and actually with the way that the prices for 00 are going, the O-Gauge is pretty much on the money. You can buy an all-singing, all-dancing O-Gauge shunting locomotive for the price of something like a Princess Coronation class in 00, and to be honest, there's no real contest. If I was starting from scratch, I think I would go O-Gauge up here.
Yeah, you'd have enough room for it up here. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think, it would be... you'd probably get a single track, maybe double track at a
I'd say
pinch.
double track. If you were doing double, you'd need first radius curves.
Yeah, you'd be quite on the tight side, but and you'd have to lay it very carefully. But I think we'd probably actually have to enter the realms of shunting.
But I mean, let's go for it. 8 foot is actually quite a lot. For Jen's little shunting layout she's got downstairs for O-Gauge, that's only 4 foot. You can still function with that.
That's more of a... I actually use that for taking
You
photographs.
can still run it though, so 8 foot would be just enough for an ingle look or something.
You want to purchase it because I don't need it anymore now that I've got the garden railway.
That conversation might come into effect when I can afford to.
It needs something else to go with it because you'll very quickly find that it's lacking something. So we've also, in the news, we were doing the news before we were rudely interrupted by a silly train being a poopy pants.
Yeah.
A big fat slurpy poopy pants. So let's just try, there we are, change the angle of the dangle.
Angle of the dangle.
So Daypol, new run of the Class 22s, great locomotive, huge amount of weight on it. So really looking forward to seeing those. It's been a while, and definitely one that's been sorely missed from the Daypol stable. Now they've also released the O-Gauge Linton and Barnstable working servo-operated semaphore signals. This is an expansion of their working semaphores, and they really do work well. We did do a full install on the 00 ones But they do a whole range in N gauge and also in O gauge. So very comprehensive system. And they've just brought out this Linton and Barnstable orientated ones to complement their forthcoming O16.5 range. Now, also we were talking about the Hatton's Genesis. Now, I think they're actually production samples. And we're looking at, we've seen now samples of Great Central Railway. That's what I was talking to you about.
One, yeah.
Midland Railway. That is my top pick. They look amazing. And actually very similar, if not almost identical to the LMS ones. And I think that they're going to be incredibly popular.
Are they all teak? Have they got some teak ones in there? Or am I misremembering?
They do have the Great Eastern Railway, sort of like it's like it's like a suspicious fart brown.
I'm not like that, but I like.
They've also got the NCB blue and some Irish ones as well.
Oh, but Jesus!
You've got to be careful because you know that the Acura scale lads watch this. So.
To be sure. Ballybunion.
Yeah. I tell you what, whenever you're at a show, if the Acura scale boys are there and they start drifting towards doing their Father Ted impressions, it is hilarious. Yes, do encourage it. They are great. Great bunch of lads there. Great bunch of lads.
So, did you hear about the Flying Scotsman?
I did, yes, but we should not speculate.
I saw a video of it.
Of what actually happened.
It shunted onto a carriage.
Yes.
At like 300 miles an hour.
So what did they get? Did it look like the regulator got stuck?
I don't know what happened. I don't know the ins and outs of how steam engines work. All I know is that it was backing onto the train, and it didn't slow down, and it just sort of went. Nothing derailed that I could see, but there was a lot of steam afterwards.
Did it sound like it was still like working at it? Like
no,
chuff,
it sounded
chuff,
like
chuff.
the curtailed it. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure how or what happened, but
oh my word! We've missed another. Robert Steers has very generously donated $9.99 on the super chat. Thank you so much. Did we miss one? I see there's a second one up there. Did I miss a super chat?
I didn't see one if there was.
There is
two for. There is one for.
So let me just because I haven't thanked somebody, and so let me just.
There was one up there.
Because it's showing two.
Two people of. Andrew. That's it, Andrew.
Yeah. So unless he may have sent it twice, but
Robert Steers and Andrew. Yeah, that's who it was.
So thank you so much for that, Robert Steers. Great to see you and hope you are well.
James
over
Harvey.
In Billings, Montana. So the Chinese sent you any more of their weather balloons?
James Harvey says, "Flying Scotsman now with crashing sound."
Contra, too soon. Well, nobody got hurt, but
no, I believe.
Although I think somebody's pride might need mouth to mouth.
Yeah.
But anywho,
apparently, according to Trains with Nick, the speculation is that the driver thought it was backing onto the stock of the adjacent line.
So he was going to run round and didn't realise there was stuff there.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Right. I wouldn't want to speculate. Now,
No.
I think it's very important not to speculate, especially over incidents that can have quite serious outcomes in terms of sanctions, rail accident investigation. So we're not going to speculate. Ben Davis says, "Hi Jennifer, out of the Hatton's coaches batch 2, I really like them and got this one on pre-order. BR Red. Oh yes, of course we've got the Lancashire and Yorkshire Tan and Brown and NCB. Another, I don't know whether it's another. This may be the first time the London and South Western Railway have appeared from Hatton's. He says, I'm looking at the CIE dark green because they've got the black and orange, and they've also got it's like a two-tone green, or is it black and green? So there's two different Irish liveries, and I find it's. I think that.
Sorry, Don Gitz said actually, apparently 2 people went to hospital in relation to the Flying Scotsman incident. Apparently.
I mean, if you're not expecting it, suddenly shoving, you can fall over and do yourself a mischief.
Continue.
So.
Lanky and Yorkie. Lancashire and Yorkie.
Game Hammer Classic Gaming, aka the Cupboard Monkey, says, if you unscrew your navel, does your bum fall off?
Quite possibly.
Yeah, it could be possible. Robert Steers MD says, no balloons in Billings within the rifle range. Yeah, that's the thing about America. It's like, that's a Chinese spy balloon.
Communist balloon! Yeah, I'm sure that ORR are investigating practices. Like Jen said, there's going to be a lot of magnifying and looking at things under
and
a
there'll be some kind of latex glove action as well. Though.
Committee meetings will be held.
Robert Steers, I haven't seen your email photo. Doesn't mean that it hasn't come through. It just means I haven't checked my emails in the last few hours. So we will take a look. We'll take a look.
Leslie Gilpin says, what was worse, the other week a cement train from Clitheroe to Carlisle was stopped with sparks coming from a bogie. Apparently you have to put on rail skates. Now,
that sounds like either sticky brakes or a seized bearing. In fact, if it's gone on wheel skates, that suggests seized bearing.
Never should have got rid of the wheel tappers. Never should have got rid of them.
Well, no, that wouldn't pick up a seized bearing. The wheel tapper.
It would pick up a seized brake though. If it's locked on.
No, I don't. No, the whole purpose of the wheel tapper was to listen for cracks. The things which are now checked for with ultrasound. The old way of doing it was you hit the wheel with a hammer, like the wheel tapper, and you could hear from the ringing noise whether the wheel had a crack in or not.
I must confess, that is a thing from. You might be surprised to hear this, but that is a thing from Mr. Porter.
Oh, they do the wheel tapping, do they? Right. Ben Davis says 3 Jennifer ICE of Hatton's coaches, 1 light green CIE, 2 dark green CIE, and black and white. So there's 3 different ones. I think they're going to prove popular. Because what you've got to remember is there's a lot of Irish railway modellers who were probably quite pleased to see that somebody has thought of catering for them. The Irish railway modelling scene is, it's there, it's reasonable. Irish railway models do some great models for those. They've got their Mark IIs forthcoming. But if you model slightly further back in time, then these are perfect. And you compare these up with, Bachmann did do the N-Class in the CIE livery. And there was also Northern Counties Commission Ginties as well. There was some of them got built for over there. So there are steam locomotives available.
Yes, Richard Swiderski, that's right. If we tap the wheel and the wheel goes clang, we know the wheel's still there, see?
Yeah.
And what if it doesn't clang, then we know the train has gone.
So a big hello to Barnabas Junction Zantec. Says, is that blue loco meant to be running light engine? Yes, it is. Don't worry me. After all the crashes we've had, don't worry. Right. James Hardy says it could have been a mechanical problem with flying scuffs. Yeah, it could be. We must not speculate.
Be careful with us.
Yeah, people get and probably quite rightly so.
People have been getting their Hornby turbo motives.
Yes.
Well. I saw one of those Aston models down in Wigan. Very nice.
They do look very nice, and also bear in mind, HM7000 have released a sound profile for them.
And I've heard it. It sounds really good. It's got an ace.
Does it sound?
It does. It's got that squeak to it. That thing. It's really good.
Yeah, because it had a nickname, and it was nicknamed after a singer who could hit the high note.
I say it's got it. It sounds really good. But do you
Beverage
know the tender
of choice, Diet Coke, by the way.
The tender on the turbo motive, it's got like a light on it, and you can turn it on and off by squeezing the tender.
Hey, what?
You squeeze the tender, and the lights go. I don't know if it was faulty or not, the one they had, but he squeezed it and the lights come on. He squeezed it again and it goes off. Similar to a. Can anyone else that's got a turbo motive confirm that? Is that the case, or was it just that happened to be a faulty one? But he squeezed the tender.
James
and
Pett
came off.
Gracie Fields. Jennifer Hort says Gracie Fields. I knew that there was. But there's an all-new HM7000 separate, and it's like it always cracks me up. The usual whiners online when they're not releasing any more profiles. Oh, this is so bad. I must. And it's like clearly these people have not been paying attention because they do keep coming out. So the Class 47 has recently been released.
That's a good one.
The Coronation version of the Class 66 was a surprise. Wasn't announced, but did come out. I've been trying to follow. I have been holding a torch for them to do. There's 2 sound profiles, and I'm on the beta group, so I do have a bit of an in on this. But we are pushing for the Class 20 to get included in the list. We believe it's a glaring omission.
20, 37. They need
Oh,
to
the
be in there.
37 is on the list.
Yeah.
But the Class 20 didn't have an official release. And there's also nothing Great Western. So I've been pushing for and making the case with Hornby for the Class 20, and that looks like it'll probably come out either end of Q1 or Q2 2024 would be my guess. So after they've worked through all of the ones that are
Don't
currently
Hornby have a pug?
yeah, but they've never done a sound profile for it.
Oh,
And yeah, but it's not DCC ready. You have to hardwire it, and I'll tell you now, HM7000 will not fit in
It's
it.
bigger than the loco, Jen.
Yes.
It's like that.
Yeah.
You'd have to permanently couple it to a wagon or something
yeah.
and put the sound in the wagon.
So what would be nice actually would be either a Saint or a Castle sound file as well. I am trying to fly the flag for them. But we have had the Turbo Motive come out. Does it sound anything much like the GT3?
No, it has got a very distinctive lack of. I mean, we could always find out. It'd take half an hour, but we could always find out, couldn't we? Let's face it.
Yeah, we could.
We could always find out. But yeah, it sounded. It had this very strange. Like a.
I am quite. I haven't got my phone up here. So no, yeah, but have you any idea the faff of unpairing and repairing a decoder?
No, do it to mine.
No, I'll never get control back again. But no, I am quite curious actually.
Yeah, it did sound good anyway in the shop. It was really nice.
I've put and also the other thing as well, let's not forget, is that some of the earlier profiles have been tweaked based
got version
on
1 of version 2.0 now as well.
yeah,
haven't they?
and if anybody's wondering what the differences is, they've been working on getting the ABC to be much better with things like the dwell time that's been worked on. Also, function masking, and this is of particular importance for the HST, because you want the lead unit to make certain sounds like the horn, but the rear unit not to, and then when it changes direction, swap around. So
you wouldn't have both horns going. It'd be one
no,
over
you
the
would
other.
not. So that has also been worked on, and there's also static charging for the power pack. Initially, they would only charge once they started moving, and this could create a little bit of an issue because quite often when you first start, it's when you
die.
That's when you need it. So what they call static charging can now be turned on
I was going
certain
to say
ones.
because I've never had, as far as I'm aware, the Steelers have always charged.
Only once you start moving.
No, but when they weren't moving at all, they charged.
Not on the HM7000, and they've changed that now. I think it's on like CV127.
Is it on by default?
Donget's Model Railway ABC, have they got constant distance yet? If they haven't, it's definitely being worked on. But that has improved actually.
What was it,
And
127?
based on a lot of the feedback I gave in the early days.
Was it 127?
Meanwhile, there's like George and the crew at Hornby going, "You're a bit full of yourself, aren't you?"
127's ABC constant.
Oh, is it? Well, I knew there was something to do with CV127.
Also,
Yeah, there's CVs. They could mean anything.
PWM
Yeah.
output, whatever that is.
Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath does bring up a really, really important point. There are 260 of you guys watching and only 91 likes. Come on, hit the like button.
Like.
Kumpenkor Model Railway says Hornby need to make sure the new sound profiles are available in the app before they release a new sound-fitted loco that already uses a new sound profile. They got that wrong for King Charles III. Is that the Class 66, the one that plays God Save the King?
There's 2 Class 66.
Yeah, there's 2 Class 66 profiles. Now, what you realise is that the models that shipped with that sound profile, so if you bought it with the sound, it shipped with the Coronation version of the sound profile, so you didn't have to update it.
Yeah.
And they very quickly, I think within a few days, made that available on the download. So it's like a few days. It's like, I don't know, just like don't worry about it.
Jennifer Horton says Smokey Joe doesn't need a sound file. It can break the sound barrier.
It can, yeah.
Yes.
It always come off on the corners.
Like a scale electric on rails.
Funnily enough, actually, we have been given permission to share a video later on,
Oh, very good.
which is an exclusive, and it's come from Hornby. And so this is what happens when you're honest and reliable. They and you don't.
Meet a saucer of milk for Jenny.
So we've got a video of the it's the steam generation prototype at work with the steam puffing synchronized to the cylinders.
Oh, very good. So you get that.
Yeah. So fully synchronized sound and the smoke, and it does look really, really good. Now it's the test model running on their test layout. They very kindly sent 2 videos, and I have checked, and we are allowed to share them.
Quite nice to see.
So we will try and show those later on.
Because I had a lot of trouble with the HM7000 stuff when it first came out. As viewers of my channel will know, but if you watch this week's video, there may well be a second chance in it for home.
Oh.
So you have to, well, quite clearly there is, because I've been controlling my locomotive this evening with my own phone, so stay tuned for that. But I'm looking forward to seeing what Hornby have sent you there.
Richard Swiderski says, Jenny, do you know when the Little Train's big names are starting on Morphle? I do not, unfortunately.
I've heard of that as well.
I'm not involved in it, so nobody's told me anything. Andy1962 says, HM7000, you can now download the King Charles III Profile. Yeah, you could from a few days after the model started arriving. Dominic Z, our Kickline correspondent, great to see you. We missed you last week. Hoping you were well. Barnabas Junction says, Jenny, did you know about the Sutton Loco Works private show in Crewe over last weekend? No, I didn't. Phil Sutton doesn't like me. Because I said that the Bachmann Class 24-1 was actually really good. And apparently he didn't like the fact that somebody had said that the competition was also worth getting. And it's like, come on now, behave yourself.
Yeah, come on, it's an aggressive game.
So no, I didn't know about it, and I wouldn't be invited to it because he didn't like the fact that I didn't gush over it.
Objectively, I've not seen much of it.
The
What
thing
I have seen
was,
looks okay.
yeah, no, let's get this right. You know, even though he's been a colossally unprofessional towards it, he was slacking me off using the company account on Facebook. But even though he did that, I'll give him credit. It's a blooming good model. I do like the Sutton Locomotive Works 24. I think it is a great model. It is expensive, but quality costs. And it is a no expense spared model. So if you want something that will run like a Swiss watch, will do everything that you ask of it. And I like as well the fact that it comes with alternative wheel sets if you run EM and P4. And that's something, I think they were the first to do that, and I think that was a great innovation. But yeah, and it wasn't a review sample, so
No, it looks all right.
it was a paid for and bought model. But as I am about every model, I was very honest. Haunted Halloween Railway says, how many trains does the HM7000 run at the same time? There will be a limit. Now, I've had this discussion with George Waller at Hornby, and we came to the conclusion that there is a limit because there always is an upper limit.
Yeah.
However, the reality is, it's so high as to be such that even with a large club layout, you would never find it. Yeah. So you're talking about it's knowing computers, it'll be something like 128 or 256.
I would say more, personally, more than 5 is probably too much, really.
I've tested with up to 15.
Wow, really?
And 15, not a problem.
Well, there you are. Then that's certainly more than I would ever need to run at once. Most I could ever run at once, and when I say run at once, I mean one driving and one sat in a siding.
I couldn't run them all at once, but I could access and flick between 15 up here. As part of the beta testing, I did that. and no problems. And the actual upper limit is likely to be, we're talking in the hundreds.
Yeah.
Ilya Chakarov says, "What's with the BR Blue toaster?" This is Topsy Toaster, who gets very excited, but he is the host with the toast. It was sent into the channel actually by, it was 3B Rail, and thank you so much 3B Rail. Eternally grateful, and it was all about a throwaway comment that I'd made about, I love the tops numbers so much that if they put a tops number on a toaster, I'd have one, and 3B Rail sent one. So, and it's a class 21. If I turn Topsy round, like, careful now, Topsy. If I turn Topsy round, you see that the data panel is a class 21, and actually the number on the front is 21007. So the thing about a class 21 is that they were noted for their ability to toast themselves, and that in the letter is why 3B Rail said that they decided to make Topsy a class 21. But Topsy will be special guest of honour at the Great Electric Train Show with a couple of hangers-on, somebody called Jennifer and another cupboard monkey type person. So you can come and see the host with the toast.
I love this.
Nigel Cole says it's okay. I clicked the like button 4 times.
Sorry, I'm just playing with
Odd numbers, people. Odd numbers.
You can just see the train now moving itself on. Stops at the signal. And it's off. Look at that. Brilliant. I love it. It's fun.
It's a big. You're a big convert to HM7000.
But now that I've got it working,
and
yes.
people said like, "Oh, Jenny's just a shill. She's only doing it because they sent her something."
I bought them with my own hard-earned money.
Can I just say, I bought most of those 15.
Yeah.
So I just want to put that out there. I put my money where my mouth was. But I've been a big convert, but. You're a big convert, despite a shaky start.
Very shaky start, to be fair with you, but you've got to give things more than once. You can't just go, no, I'm not playing anymore. You've got to be fair with it. It's a new technology, it's a new game. Yes, there are bugs that still need to be ironed out, but that is no reason not to play.
Yeah, I mean, it's new technology.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, Dominic Z, our Kickline correspondent, says, Jenny, Hot Wheels announced some new Race vs. Taurus animations packs based on these shows: Honey Women, Township Cops, even some more Rock and Riot and Kickline ones.
I'm glad to know.
I do like, I like Hot Wheels. Yeah.
It's like all the little drag stars you can get.
And do you have the one that did the loop as a kid?
Yeah. I used to set them when going down the stairs to my mother's lament.
Yeah.
She'd be sat there and you'd hear, stop messing with
No, but you put a double loop the loop at the bottom.
Oh no, I was all about the launch and the crash.
You were all about the crash.
Launch and the crash.
You were all about
There's two types of people that do Hot Wheels. There's people that try and make it run perfectly and then come to a steady halt, and then there's people like me who try and cause as much chaos, confusion and delay as is humanly possible with 3 foot of plastic track in a car.
Yeah.
Brilliant. That's what I saw. If I should get some Hot Wheels, actually, I really
should. New Junction. Hello, New Junction. Great to see you. Hope you're well. Says, good evening. Sorry I'm late.
Good evening, Ricardo.
Gandalf's not here tonight, but if he were, he would say that a Monday clubber is never late, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to. Absolutely. Great to see you, and some great progress on the layout as well, actually, must be said. It's starting to look more like terrain, it's like a big muddy splat. No, that doesn't do it justice. But you've kind of got the soil down. Yeah, it does look good actually. Have you been following his build?
I watched Richard very closely, and I'm on his YouTube channel as well.
Yes.
And it's always interesting to see what Mr. New Junction gets up to. He's got a very unique way of doing things.
And
it's
of course,
to see.
And this year as well, for the first time, he's in the YouTuber of the Year competition.
Oh, competition indeed.
Yeah, the YouTuber of the Year popularity contest. So, as I always say before, it's always just a great honour to be nominated, because I'll never win.
I'll never win anything.
No, I don't. But
see that?
To be honest,
that's the smallest file in this year, isn't it?
But no, the thing is, I mean, the fact that I'm nominated, when you think how many great YouTubers there are.
And the thing is, a lot of them aren't even that popular, but the content is so good. They're just victims of the algorithm.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
I mean, there's a few people that we've kind of helped push here on this channel as well, and there's some great content out there. So just to be on the shortlist, I'll be honest, it's a massive honour. So thank you to everybody who put me on the shortlist. But a New Junction, Richard Watson, is in the list now, because last year he worked for Hornby magazine, so he was ineligible.
Yes.
It wasn't that he didn't get voted, it was just he was ineligible because they had rules. So it'd be interesting to see who wins. But I think that Richard Watson at New Junction does stand a really great chance. And so Richard, the drinks are on you at the party.
Speaking of which, there are two YouTubers in particular who, for some reason, I can't fathom why they haven't got more views. One of them is John James C, because he does a lot of live streams on a Sunday evening, and it's just it's a bit like what we do here, but a bit
and yourself. I mean, yourself. I was surprised to see you weren't on the list.
What can I say?
But Ollie at Wardle Road as well.
And Peachy TT120
yeah, New Junction pointed out that he created the award last year, therefore it would be a total fix.
Be a bit like a high five to himself.
Yeah. But playing the long game, he knew he wasn't going to work there forever, so he knew that at some point he'd be in the running.
But if you're into TT120, do keep an eye out on the coming TT120 club magazines, because you might hear mention of a certain person on a certain article in them saying the name.
Yeah. Rick Morley asks, what's the beverage of choice? The beverage of choice tonight is Diet Coke and Coke Classic.
If you mix the two together, you get Coke Zero.
Whamgok says, should be a YouTuber Watcher of the Year. Bigelow Breezer 707. James says, do you know who is the biggest model railway YouTuber? The biggest model railway. I thought it's that McKinley. What's it called? McKinley.
I think Charlie's got something to do with that, hasn't it? Charlie's layout's pretty big. I think he's not through his living room wall on it, Charlie.
Is he not married?
Charlie, I don't know if he is. He's got a very patient, good lady.
Yeah, either that or there's another house that his wife lives in.
Yeah.
But I think Charlie won it last year, and I think that was. It showed that the competition was right. That a really great channel won. So I was really, really pleased for Charlie. I think he was a bit shell-shocked as well, because I met him straight after he got the award, and he's like running around, like walking around like this, like, what happened?
I've been validated, hooray!
Yeah. Retro Ramble says, my beverage of choice is Horlicks. You have to be, it's like you reach that age, and you're like, the best kind of nights and nights in.
New Junction said, he's the biggest, cough, waistline, cough. I would give you stiff competition there, sir, I think.
It's a shame actually, because you're not able to get because it's a free bar and everything, and it'd be quite nice.
It's an injustice that I'm not able.
It is an injustice. We should start.
We should send a petition to my employer.
Yeah.
Please don't do that. I'll get sacked.
Yeah. Who are they?
I'm not saying.
I nearly got you. Madden Steam Railway says, what a gorgeous selection of trains you're running this evening. It's fantastic to see some diesel trains and a few steam locomotives. Monday Club is getting better and better. Oh, my ego is getting so big.
Careful,
I'm not going to be able to
it's
get
quite cramped in this loft already.
Yeah. Now, there was a seventh one running, which was the... I do like the Planet Industrial's Victory class, but... what was it?
Oh, me, sorry. You said Victory, so I went but I whistled.
That was weird. It sounded very otherworldly. Right, but let me just... I'll get it out the turntable well. Is that you? That's really weird, that. That's awful.
It's just this watch. That's all we're doing.
There's a lot of practice gone into that. But no, the Planet Industrial's Victory class, I do love that locomotive. A lot of weight in a small space. What were we talking about? Oh, gorgeous selection of trains. So, bro, we've got your J27 with the
We have.
and that's running entirely on HM7000.
It
is like I cannot
hear it.
I cannot control it
All
through this.
Through the app of Destiny there.
Yeah. All that's happening is it's leeching the power from my system, but I have no control over it.
No, it's absolutely fantastic. I am absolutely. And if you look now, it should just be coming onto view now. Actually.
Yeah. And then we've got the Class 47. That's a Bachmann 47. I think somebody did ask last week about. Have you stopped it on purpose?
Yeah, I've stopped. So if you look now on the camera, on the far furthest rail across to the wall, that is my loco that I brought from my house.
Yes, it's one of your fleet.
One of my fleet.
Then we've got the Backman 47, and then we've got because somebody last week did ask for either a 47 or a 56, and I did promise that we'd run one this week, so I've got out the one which I don't normally run actually.
Something squeaking. Is that one of the Batman wheels again? Is that what
Yeah, I think it's one of the wagons in that train. I'll have to go down.
Sounds like Morse code.
And then we've got a Hellion 25 as D7661 in a quite unusual livery with the half yellow ends, which I think there's about 4 of them got that particular livery. We've also got a Hellion Class 05, one of the smoothest mechanisms on the market. You're just going to see it go across the top of the tracks there. It's coming into view any second now. I do love that Hellion 05. John JMC, our guru of sound, says it's a nice 227 and it's missing half of its PCB.
Yes, it is. If you watch my video this week, you'll learn all about that.
So is that already out, or is it?
I've already.
That is noisy. That's getting worse.
The thing is with the J27, as nice a model as it is, and Oxford Rail have done a superb job, especially if you want to pay for the damn thing. But the tender, it has to be said, is somewhat lacking in space. So, with a little bit of creativity. It was recommended by John JMC that I take some snips to my PCB.
I would have taken the PCB board out entirely.
Yes. But the thing is, the PCB board has pickups for the tender in there, and it's all like a plunger. So if you take all of it out, you have to. There's no other way. You have to put wires in as well.
Right.
So you leave half of it in, but you get a lot more space just doing that. And that's the thing. Sometimes it's easier just to hardwire. If you're looking for more space, just remove
I did that with the Hornby Class 01 steam locomotive, 280 steam locomotive, the Thompson 01. I actually just took out the circuit board entirely and I hardwired in, it's actually a Zen Buddha.
Oh, wow.
Which is like the 3 amp, top of the range.
That's what they used to restart a dead planet, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's like we basically jumpstart Frankenstein's monster with one of those. I tell you what, it just runs and runs and runs. Nothing's stopping that little puppy.
I mean, because if it is a basic locomotive with no lighting functions on there, you just want to get the sound of it. Really, there's no need for a big, complicated PCB. Just
no, I mean, yeah, because all it needs is 4 wires.
4 wires.
And that's it. It's weird when you see these steam locos. They go, we've upgraded it to a 21-pin chassis, and it's like, why? You're still only using 4 wires.
I mean, even then, you can just wire the lights direct to the decoder.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it, it's not hard. In fact, haven't you done that recently with a Hornby? Was it Class 37? Did it?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, they were quite easy to do. Gus Hadley, the lunatic from Ammo. Big hello to you, great to see you. Don't forget to tickle that like button, share the stream to social media, and subscribe to the channel.
If you... me tinnitus.
Is it? Let's see, is that the 25 or something else? Let's...
It's one of them that I can hear it. It might be my coaches, actually. Definitely something on that train.
Something on the freight train.
Yeah, freight train is squeaking. Have you noticed how much quieter it is now without that thing? Oh my word!
There's a lot of wheels on the track. It's quite.
Send it round slower then. Send it slower.
I am doing. There you go.
There we go.
It's at 20 instead of 40.
Oh,
John JMC, our guru of sound, says so many were guessing I was coming to work with you, Richard and John. So what? They're saying you were going to go and work for a Curioscape. It's everybody's going to work.
What I said. I said the exact same thing on John's stream last night. I said the Curioscape is slowly but surely recruiting everyone in the model railway industry.
Everybody except Jenny.
So they can take over the world with an army of train men.
Yes.
I can say that because I too am a train man.
Yeah, they've not recruited you though, have they?
Well, I can't say they've got a complete lack of vision, but...
Can I just say, and I do keep hinting enormously, but nobody ever recruits me.
Oh, well done,
It's like, is it too much to ask for a job where they pay you lots of money for doing nothing?
No, I don't think so. Or even minimum wage, really.
I've actually ended up in a job where I am going to brag because even I can't believe I've landed this. But I do next to no work and still get paid for full days. And it leaves you feeling like you're skiving. It's really weird. Honestly, it's like tomorrow. I go to work at 3 in the afternoon. It take me 10 minutes to drive there, and I should be finished and home by 4:30. And it's like, I don't know how this happened, but I'm not knocking it.
The Cura Scale has worked with Iron Horse Railways.
Have they?
Have they?
Have they? What, you mean you told him how to fix his thing?
I told myself that I'd do that after watching someone else make an absolute pig's ear of the job on YouTube. I'm not going to mention names.
Oh,
but
right.
It was an absolute pig's ear of a job that certain individual did. I'm not saying who it was, but it's got a loft and it's got a carpet.
Yeah.
And it didn't need to be as complicated as it was.
Did he get carpet fluff?
Well, it was terrible. It was actually quite shit.
Yeah.
It made me angry, to be honest with you, because he made it seem a lot more difficult than it actually was.
Warbler Productions says, I get paid for doing nothing.
That sounds like a...
That's it. Like, can I have that job? That sounds good. That sounds okay with me. Andy1962 says, I wish UK manufacturers would put operating lights on their steamers like continental manufacturers. Now, there's an interesting point. Now, there are increasingly locomotives coming through with working firebox glow, and I actually quite like it. I think that it does add something, as long as you can control it on DCC. Now, some of the Hornby models, they've got it set up so that the firebox flicker is on all the time.
It's nice to be able to turn it off.
Yeah, and even on DCC, you cannot actually turn it off. And that I found to be a little bit peculiar. I think it's probably an oversight in the way that they've wired
I love doing
up.
that. Sorry, I love how it sounds when you set off. That's a...
But
fantastic.
I think firebox flicker is a must. In terms of lamps, I think because they signal the head codes at night on steam locomotives with the positioning of the lamps. Yeah. So I think no matter what you did, the usual suspects would moan.
Yeah,
Other Wangok says Turbomotive has working head and tail lights, and so does Jennifer Horton says that as well. And it's I have seen working lights on locos, but they are a rarity. We're starting to see firebox flicker.
Simon Transit was stopping for a signal, actually, smart ass, so there you are.
Oh, yeah, there are signals on that
for a
gantry.
Signal, so there you
if
are.
I go, is it this one? Let's just go to... Oh, you can't really see it on that. Let's go to this.
You can't see the signal it stops, but there is a signal
there. It is, right.
That's what the signal it was stopping at.
Just that, actually, you guys can't see my mouse pointer, but in the top left, you'll see the gantry. There are actually 2 colour light signals on there. They're not wired in. They used to be wired in. If you remember my old Trinity Road layout in the shed, then that was actually the working signal gantry. But for reasons, it's not working here.
For reasons.
Yeah, for reasons. RGJ Trains, big hello to you. Indeed, yeah, Warbler Productions, my 2 Daypol A4s. These are the black label ones. They have working front lamps, DCC control too. So they are out there, but fewer and further between, as it were.
I mean, for me, the firebox now, I can take it or leave it. For me, firebox flicker is along the lines of spinning roof fans.
I don't. Well, I'm going to pull you up on this one.
Oh, careful!
The spinning roof fans. I thought that they would be quite gimmicky when it started getting announced that I think Acura Scale announced that they were doing them on their 37. And then Bachmann rejigged theirs. Went, well, we're going to have spinning fans and blackjack and hookers and all sorts. And I thought it was going to be a bit gimmicky. But when I saw them working, I have to say,
the child inside you.
I prefer them to all this is like look at this look there's a little light in the cab that lights up and we've got engine room lights and stuff and the light in the toilet comes out. And I actually prefer the roof fans to all of those gimmicky lights. I think they add more. And when we did the video on the Hornby new tooled HSTs, the GWR one had working roof fans. And I really like them because they're very visible.
Were quite impressed. I know they're a bit modern image for you, but you were impressed with them.
And it's like, I mean, that's why, for me, it was a great feature, was because I was expecting to poo-poo it. I was expecting to think, oh, that's a bit gimmicky. And actually, it was well worth it.
So you'll just see now, I'm going to pull it up to that signal there.
Yeah, Andy1962 says, yeah, my Hornby Scotsman has firebox flickering on constantly. It's a nice feature, but in Continental models, it's a controllable feature. Mecklin Scotsman going to have fully controllable lighting. Yeah, and I have to say that Rapido 15XX has controllable firebox flicker. I think the 16XX does as well. The Bachmann Cali 812 has controllable firebox flicker. I have a feeling that the Bachmann J72 does as well. So it's not unusual to have a controllable firebox flicker, and there's some great effects. Dapol on their O gauge, I think. Oh, the Pania, I think, has working firebox flicker. So they are out there and they do look great. Hanning's Rest Model Railway says the next thing will be working toilets in coaches. Easy, what, with
authentic discharge. Discharge. Oh, that's a good word.
Oh, discharge. That's a dirty word.
Discharge.
Dirty. Little Britain says, I would like to see realistic gearing and reliable low-speed running over any lights or fan. Yeah, I'm completely hear you on that. Nothing looks nicer than a train pulling out or into a platform at scale acceleration. And I think to that end, probably one of the most important features might be onboard stay-alives out of the box. I think they are actually quite useful. I know there's a certain type of person who'll say, oh no, you don't need stay-alives. If your track is laid properly, then you do not need stay-alives. But the reality is, isn't it, that a stay-alive...
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, this has got a stay-alive fitted to it, and for me...
Peace of mind.
Yeah, I mean, without a stay-alive, it's just, is it going to stall on those points? Despite the fact I've got...
They can get twitchy without a stay-alive.
Absolutely. Stay-alives for me, if you're going to have DCC... Have a stay-alive.
Yeah. Why not? Oh, and Oswestry Road TMD says the Dapol Manners also have. So yeah, I like... The firebox flicker is quite noticeable. And it's a really nice effect, because it's not just a light that's either on or off.
Give it a bit of this.
It's the flicker. And on some of them, they do it across two different functions.
Yeah.
So you've got like a red and a very white yellow. And they can flicker at different rates. And it really does give a great effect. And more so if it's timed into what the loco's actually doing. So if it's just sat there, it'll slow down. It's like the red flicker.
That's another good thing about DCC. I mean, with more advanced decoders, you can change the flicker rate and things like that. And we've got wireless. Oh, speaking of which, wireless and what have you. Have you heard what DCC concepts have just dropped?
Oh yes.
They've got their new wireless. I think Aegis.
Aegis. It's something Greek, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
So it's a system that feeds into the ESP wireless system, and essentially
for a power cab, isn't it?
Yeah. So essentially, instead of you being tethered to your layout by this, imagine if you can make this wireless, and essentially this plugs into I presume it's like a little battery,
like a tiny discrete belt thing,
and then you have the panel unit that receives the signal, so you can wander anywhere you like without being tethered to your layout. Because with this, I mean, I try and do something over there, immediately we got this cable that's snagging us back. So this is going to be the first in a whole range of paradigm shifts in wireless control. But certainly I think it's going to be incredibly useful. Has your train stopped? I keep hearing things stop.
No, I've just turned the sound off. I'm addicted to that.
You are a bit.
I love it. It's
a
lovely noise. It's lovely. Although the motor does sound like it's whining a little bit.
Dave Swindon Junction, big hello to you. Shedmouth Junction says, I always come into conversations at awkward moments. I enter here and the talk is of discharge. I'm wondering what I've missed so far this evening. We were talking about, you were talking about the toilets.
Discharge. Authentic discharge.
And Dion Wollaston says, I'd like to see the coaches flushing onto the tracks at the platforms like in the 70s.
Michael
I wouldn't.
Can we both sing Stay Alive together? We can, but we won't. Because we'll probably get a copyright strike.
Yeah. Sarah Davis says, you can buy a standard Ethernet cable to use with your control generator, but a 5-meter one for my Gauge Master product. Yeah, Gauge Master just uses like Cat 5 type cable.
Yeah.
But
You
can you imagine you've got 4 or 5 operators on a big layout, and instead of having like your 10-meter reel of Ethernet that everybody's tripping over and it's all getting tangled, isn't it nice to go wireless?
Yeah. I mean, that's just going to be
and you could
nightmare.
Yeah. So I think that is the way to go. Mick92 is lowering the tone with the farting fireman. And can I just say, Acura scale, John JMC, the guru of sound. If you need the sound of a farting fireman, then put a call into this gentleman, feed him some cheese, and away
or
you
anything
go.
really.
What was
Well,
it?
speaking of fireman, can I have some of your crushed coal, please?
Some of my crushed coal.
Yeah, don't you have some crushed coal for your tenders? Because I need to put crushed coal in my tenders.
Yeah, we can go out and scrape the bunker if you want.
Oh.
And actually, when you weather with weathering powders, the soot weathering powders, is it just real soot?
I don't know. I think it's pigment. I don't think it's soot, but it's a very nice shade.
Because if you want any soot, we've had wind recently, and it's blown a load of soot down into the fireplace. So if you want some soot, we've got loads.
Because coal is shiny.
So yeah, it's got like it depends. Yeah,
like
glassy.
a sheen to it.
Yeah, DJ K666 says there used to be a really good band called Discharge. I think there was another word in front of that discharge, and I know exactly who you mean. Everybody else is going, what? Yeah, I think where the discharge comes from. There's a quiet spot round there because you hear the wheels rumbling and then it stops.
Must be the ballast is a bit lower over there, yeah.
Jerry BVR says, I think NCE is non-standard wiring on the handset.
Sure about that.
Because I think it's not something like Cat.
The 47.
Because there's is it RJ19 or something? Because they're all standard. So like RJ19, RJ24, and such like. NCE use a different standard to Gauge Master. Gauge Masters is exactly the same as what Ethernet is, which is actually quite convenient for getting new cables. James says, at Mum Model Railway Group we have the Gauge Master Wireless and we use an app called Y Throttle Lite, and we all use it and can all be outside and one person can be in the yard. Yeah, I mean, there are some great systems. Andy81E says, hi, Monday Club, watching from Budapest. Excellent. What's the weather like over there?
A bit better than here, I think.
Roger Woolstonholme says, a new pastime, scraping the bunker.
I've not had my bunker scraped for a long time.
I love scraping my bunker.
Scrape that discharge from my bunker.
Oh, just you to lower the tone.
Jerry
Jerry BVR says, I thought NCE was crossed compared to normal network cable. So is it like, was it a crossover cable?
It didn't seem angry to me.
Right, yeah. Little Britain says, RJ45 is Ethernet, RJ11 is phone. So I suspect that NCE use one of the other RJ numbers. I mean, after all, there must be at least 44 others if RJ45 is Ethernet. Cameron Patterson says, good night to all from Glasgow and good night to you, Mr. Flymo, Mr. Hamshack, and Peter J and Charlie at Partick Hill. Look, you take great care of yourself. It's been great having you company, and
have nightmares.
Yes. Ham Shackleton says, if you had a boat, you'll be able to practice scraping the bottom. Now, it's funny you should say that. I do own a boat.
Of course, coming from Bolton, everyone in Bolton is issued with a speedboat or boat from Jim Bowie.
Yeah, from every
Bullseye
time
Day.
they've appeared on Bullseye. Yeah, did you notice that whenever somebody won the Star Prize and actually won it, it was either a speedboat on a trailer or patio furniture. Even if you lived on like the 6th floor flat, you got patio furniture. But if you didn't win it, it was always a car. Did anybody ever win that damn car?
No, I think it was Jim Bowen's own personal private property.
Yeah. Right, John JMC, our guru of sound, says it's RJ12 for NCE. Excellent, so now we know. Mike Lane TT120 says Topsy Toaster could be the third BG. He could be, actually. He's getting quite excited now.
Toasted alive. Toasted
Bubble
alive.
Production says that I thought NCE used RJ36 for their cable. Yeah, Valley's 56XX. Look at what you could have won.
Can I just say all this RJ this and RJ that? I haven't got a clue what all that means. I assume it refers to how many wires are in the plastic clip that goes into the internet. Is that right?
What is what?
All this talk of RJ.
No. It's like, here we are. Kumpenkor Model Railway says, don't the RJ numbers define the physical plug-in socket design, but how they wired up is a different set of standards. Oh, we're getting complex now. Within Model Railway, so that's why you use anti-fouling. No, that's the thing that makes the bleep sound whenever we open our mouths.
Anti-fouling.
Yeah, anti-fouling. Are they related to anti-Wainwright?
Absolutely.
Anti-pesto.
Anti-social, anti-fouling.
Yeah.
Anti-Wainwright.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, is Anti-Wainwright in the chat tonight or not? Lurking away quietly.
What, Richard Anti-Wainwright Brighton?
Richard, I'm going to frisk you and take your money, Wainwright, yeah.
Apparently, he's going to have a brand tub at Getz with loads of unboxed wagons. Has he given you a frisk?
Quite frequently, but I've also
has he
wagons as well.
Has he let you frisk his tub?
I've seen the tub of friskable items. I've had my hand in that tub when I've come away with some nice bargains to be fair. Of course, if you look at their, I think it's on the DCC Concepts website, they have a clearance section, and what a lot of people think is what's on there is what's on there, and that's it. He updates it all the time.
Yeah, he does.
There's some real good bargains.
Yeah,
on
can
there.
I just say, I got a load of the Hatton's Warwells. I think that, there's... So, if I go to this angle of the dangle, let me just... where's my pointer gone? Come here, you little pointer. There we go, I'll get the camera to it. There we go. So, right behind you, can you pass me the green finger from down on the floor? Can you see it?
Can I see the green finger?
The green extendable finger. Come on.
There's something there. I don't want to...
Yeah, just like, come here, look, like breathing.
Oh, she's reaching between my legs. Oh.
So, one of the things I got for about... Oh, bloody heck.
Did you bent my end?
No, my extendable thing's about to fall off. Right, so...
There you go, move forward.
That there, which you could just about see where I'm tapping, that was one of the bargains from DCC Concepts. It's not just pretty LEDs and tubs of ballast that they've got too much of. There are wagons and stuff. James Pett says there's a line from Victoria Woodsong says life is a brand tub, no prizes, just brand. Yeah. Naive Gay says I have liked the stream. Excellent, thank you so much. Flymer Channel 1 says, alright, good to know, John. Same plug sockets, or are they just bigger for the RJ12? Would be the obvious question. Right. Stephen McLay says, good morning from New Zealand. Late. You're not late, but Gandalf's on holiday today.
You might have arrived when you meant to.
Yes. So I think you might have escaped on that one. Ed Flame 4291 says, when are we going to see the steam generator video? We do need the cupboard monkey to return to set that up. And Valley's 56XX says, my anti-fouling had a big shotgun. She was quite a piece.
Oh, well done.
And Ruben Ashwell says, I always like the stream. Naive Gauge. Excellent. Oh look, my finger is about to fall off.
Again?
I'm afraid this finger has seen some serious action.
I thought Zoe got you a new finger.
No, it was Sarah Davis. She sent one.
Where's the fresh finger gone?
It's downstairs. I was using it to poke the cupboard
downstairs finger.
On the Cupboard Monkey stream, I was poking her.
This is the one that I broke at Doncaster.
Is it?
In fact, I think I was actually poking Jennifer Horton with it, actually.
Were you? What did you do? Did you pull it off the
She went over the barrier and I prodded away.
Oh, right. You were, yes.
I was weathering and...
Interesting. Right, so John JMC, our guru of sound, says the RJ12 and RJ11 are the same plug-in socket. The RJ45 is bigger. Jennifer Horton says, what is that little green loco in front of the A4s on shed?
Where are we looking?
That's actually a BT well tank in Southern Railway green. It's very light green. I'm not sure it's the right colour green. It looks more like a Northeastern Railway green. But it is a Kernow Model Centre exclusive. Actually, no, I tell a lie. Let me roll that back. The BT well tank was done as a Kernow Model Centre exclusive, but I think that one might even be the EFE Rail version. Roger Windsor says, watching and timing Les Cliff's pannier, seeing how long it runs before the battery needs charging. Oh, excellent. Yes, of course. Les is going wire-free, as it were. Battery Dead rail. I knew there was a phrase there. Cupboard Monkey. Great to see you. Can we show the Hornby video?
Why does it smell of paint?
Because I don't know. Have you been eating paint?
I can't smell anything.
Neither can. Well,
it smells of paint over here.
Because I was painting something
You don't like
yesterday.
aftershaves, are we? That's what you're saying.
What?
Or detergents.
Is it inspired by Hornby?
Yeah. Well, inspired by Juleps. Actually, I thought inspired was the range of perfume that Simon Kohler was selling.
That was my joke, Jen. Is it inspired by Hornby?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. I wasn't
for
paying
God's
attention. Sorry.
This is what I'd have to deal
A
with.
lot of inspiration from
Every
Dean
day.
Wollaston says, is Craig going to get?
No, and it's a sore subject, I'm afraid.
It is
mate.
a very sore subject. It's like it does make you tempted to be ill on that day.
If I did that, I would almost certainly be out of a job.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. Are you all right there, Monkey of Cupboards?
No, I'm not.
Sorry?
I've got a real feeling of sickness because I pulled this massive tendon here in my neck a couple of days ago, and I've been sick ever since.
I
And it's like,
just
there's
to make you
nothing
feel
I can
better,
do about it.
We have been discussing discharge.
I am so glad that I've been working on a
It's
video.
a good word, discharge.
Lee D. Holden says, anybody know if the new Hornby sound chips can now work on a Gangemaster analog controller when used with the mobile phone?
I think it's something to do with
Officially
the
not.
voltage.
Now, there's the issue is, firstly, you need to have a smooth power supply. So you can't have any voltage spikes.
Yeah.
And secondly, it's to do with the short protection. It has to be instant.
Yeah.
And if there's any delay, it pops your decoder before.
And that's the issue people were having in the early days, wasn't it?
Yeah. So the official device is no. The unofficial advice is read the official advice. But
Serial one.
whilst it might appear to work, there is no guarantee. And if you pop
This
your
is like that
decoder,
Frasier episode. Her lips said no, but her eyes said read my lips.
I've not seen Frasier for ages.
Oh, it's lovely. I love it.
John JMC, our guru of sound, says Zemo MX is the older 8-bit, 32 megabyte of memory. That's quite a lot, actually. The MS
Who's
is
James,
the
and why is he telling me he wants a video to be played?
He wants to very nicely ask me to play that Hornby Secrets.
They're really excited about the exclusive we have from Hornby.
Because I've been out the loop, I have to admit. I've been down in the office editing a video.
Okay, well,
So, I
to
didn't know
put
what was going on.
you in the loop, people really want to see the exclusive videos that Hornby have said that we can share.
Right, where are they?
In my emails. They're in my
In your
emails.
eBay gums.
Yeah.
E-baggable.
Yeah. Just the.
She uses a Yorkshire email address. you see.
eBay
So it's eBay gums.
Oh no, but that's where I buy my second-hand stuff. eBay
eBay
gum.
gum.
eBay gum.
Did YouTube really just ask us to insert an advert in the middle of a live stream?
It did, yes.
Yes.
Why would you do that?
Because you're a money grasper.
Okay, imagine this. You're a big YouTuber with like hundreds of thousands of people watching. And you need to take a bathroom break because you're running for 9 hours.
okay, right, okay. Yeah.
That's
Whereas,
what it,
like normal people would
Does
just have
anybody
an
need the
insert.
bathroom?
that's generally what it is. It's like, I'm going to be back in a few minutes. Bling, here's an advert. For everyone else,
Surely you'd have like a 15-minute insert with like we've got the intro on the stream deck, and actually like we've got the advert for the Monday Club wagon, but they're all sold out. Actually, there are a few left. If you see me at Gets, if you get in there quick and you really, really want one, I may still have. I think I've got about 4 or 5. But we will be announcing the new Monday Club wagon at the Great Electric Train Show. We have ordered it, and we actually ordered it quite a while ago. The designs were done. I remember talking to the manufacturer at Alexandra Palace. So they were done like January this year. So this has been in the works for quite a little while. And have I actually shown you the picture of the wagon?
Yes, you have.
So Iron Horse Railways does know what it looks like.
You
But
showed
yes,
me the first one,
James
the second
Pett,
one as well.
yes,
Yeah, very
prepare to approve. So the new Monday Club wagon. So we will be announcing it. I don't know whether we're either going to do it like Friday evening or very early Saturday morning.
I'd probably say early Saturday. I think everyone's going to be there, aren't they?
Yeah. So it's going to be the big announcement. It'll be available again through Rails of Sheffield.
I need you to find this. I don't know where it is.
That one there that's highlighted in blue.
This one.
Yeah. So somewhere there'll be 2. There we go. So essentially, I'm not sure whether the website will be live to order them, but we will be announcing them and making a big thing about them. And they're due next year. I think they said about Q2.
That's not too bad.
So not as long a wait as we had with the PAL bricks. Unfortunately, with delays with COVID and such
That's the thing,
they
isn't
got
it?
pushed back and pushed
When
back.
things get announced and then you're waiting years for them to show up.
That's why I like that new thing with Bachmann. It's like every
here we
quarter.
go. I
Here-
can't like that. I get it. The order book format works,
Yes.
but then you've got to wait and then.
Yeah, I like. If that's one of the things, actually, I must say that I do like with Bachmann with their new announcements, where they go, "These are going to be out in the next 3 months. By the way, this completely new thing that you knew nothing about will be in the shops tomorrow." Sort of thing. And it's like I like that. I really do. You can't. It's not possible to impulse purchase if you have to order it 3 years.
Right,
in
which
advance.
one of these is it?
Both of them.
You want to show both? Well,
So
can I put the sound on, or do I need to take the sound off?
sound would be useful.
Okay.
Headphones, let's prepare
We've gone for the
yourselves.
first one.
Yeah, so for those listening on headphones, be prepared to bleed from your eardrums.
Billy may be paying you a visit soon.
Well, I'll try my best to not have it too loud.
I don't think they're that loud. They didn't seem that loud on my phone.
Okay.
But Hornby very kindly sent over a couple
The
of...
first one is ready.
So what do I need to...
Press the old sponsor button.
the old sponsor button.
Is
So,
that like the old Spice button?
Yeah.
so if I say press sponsor...
And there we are. We can see what's going on.
Right. So what Hornby have told me to emphasise is that this is a pure test locomotive. So I'm going to...
Is that live steam?
It's not live steam, it's atomised water.
That looks brilliant.
Do you want to see it,
It is
again?
brilliant.
Yeah.
Guys, can we see it again?
Okay,
Can we
so-
see it again?
So,
looks-
this is an exclusive sent to us from Hornby. So, there is a second video which we will
I'm going to
show.
try and make this a bit smaller because it is from a phone. There we go.
The criticism
And, right.
I always have with smoke is it never looks like smoke, but that
Give me a
does.
second. Don't.
Sorry, I just...
Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to do something. Show it again. And don't jump off this time. There we go.
Right, so the Hornby have told me to say that obviously this is a pre-production model. That is
There we
not
go.
a production model. Don't read anything into the actual model it's in. That's purely to prove that the concept of it working.
And that's just water
Now,
vapour.
yes, it is. And the reason that it has taken longer than they had hoped is because one of the things they've been working on is synchronizing the sound and the smoke to the motion. So they have, I can't remember, he did say, and I can't remember whether they're using an optical sensor or a Hall effect sensor, but it is tied into the locomotive. So
So is
what
this going to be something that comes pre-fitted, or can you retrofit it as well?
No, it'll basically be you buy these models this
Right,
way.
okay.
I don't think it's going to be a separate.
Do you want to see the second one now?
So yes,
Oh, yeah.
shall I press the same
Absolutely.
button?
Yeah.
So this again is an exclusive from Hornby, and you can see there different speed, and that the ejection of the smoke is actually water vapor, and it's not hot, it's not steam, it's just water vapor.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, that is.
I wonder if Hornby have used the vape technology that's out there then.
It wouldn't surprise me.
That's kind of what that's the best soothe smoke I've ever seen. I'm not normally a fan of it because it just looks like someone's blowing dry ice out of an automatic fridge.
Chobberton Junction says, "Gotta go. Enjoy the rest of the stream, everyone." No worries. Great to have
coming
your
along.
company. John JMC, the Guru Sound, says the Hornby Prince of Wales has the tank and fitting already inside the model. Got one sat at my desk. Richard Knowles says one in the headlamp for the Hornby haters. Absolutely. What they've said is the reason that there's been a delay is they've been working on making sure that they can get that smoke timed to match the sound and the motion.
And I think it's time well spent.
It's either Hall sensors or optical sensors that they're using, but as you can see, it's really, really looking great. And yet, Barnabas Junction, you can't have everything, but missing the whistle, Steve.
Shaky Hand says, rule number 1, keep water and electronics safe. Yeah, I don't think they're going to have a massive water tank.
Right. New Junction asks, maybe watch the second video again, please. So I'm guessing it's...
No, not yet, Jen. Not yet.
Oh, right. Otherwise, we just play an old sponsorship video.
Yes.
No,
because I set it back to what it was.
Old Spice.
We can certainly watch the second video again. It's not a problem. I've just got to set it up again.
Yeah. So, one moment, please, caller. I always find it like this, New Junction wants to watch it again. The man from Akira Scale needs to see what the competition is.
Coming up next week, Akira Scale have announced.
So there we go, and
How freaking good is
that is amazing.
Screen grab, record, forward, email.
Yeah, coming next
I'll be
week.
seeing this.
Yeah, coming next week from Akira Scale. But yeah, I think it's a superb system, and
Could it drive around my plant pot and miss me tropical plants? Yes.
But I mean, the thing that I really do like about Hornby, we're getting some real innovations pushing the envelope.
The risk of sounding like a bit of
a fanboy.
No, well, not. I'm far from a fanboy, but is Hornby getting good again?
Yes.
There was a bit of a shaky period, didn't there, with all the inspiration and things that were going on. But now you've got the HM7000, which is rounding itself out, and then things like this.
HM7000 has been a quantum leap.
Oh, absolutely.
I think, my honest opinion is that this year, the single biggest innovation in the hobby is the HM7000.
Oh, yeah.
And the single biggest innovation in the hobby next year could well be this.
To be honest with you, HM7000 hit so hard and so well that when Jen mentioned that it might be a contender for awards this year, I thought, how can it be? It's been around a couple of years. But it hasn't. It's from this
It's one
year.
of the fastest take-ups of a new technology that I've seen. It is just phenomenal.
Still a few kinks to iron out, but that's the same with anything new.
Hot Dog Pilot Andy says Rapido are working on something similar. And yeah, this is actually TRS trains were pretty much the first. You might remember that we showed
thing they're doing, isn't it, with them? There's like
I think it's TRS trains who have been working with Rapido.
I remember when you tested one of TRS trains when I was are they the guys that managed to do the steam coming out the bottom as well?
Yes.
Oh, that was
That was so good.
Van Gogh is saying Hornby are well and truly back. It would seem that way. Yes.
I think that there's some great innovation coming from Hornby, and I'm hoping that it will push others to also innovate as well. I think there's a lot more scope of what DCC can do. And this is starting to exploit some of the functionality of DCC. Big hello to Chris Duke who says, "Hi, sorry I'm late."
A Monday clubber is
Gandalf
never
back
late
off
to
holiday.
no wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Gandalf.
You've
You're
got cake crumbs in
welcome.
your beard again, mate.
Of course I have. I'm saving
The
them
beard
for later.
quotient has just increased by 25%,
There's
hasn't it?
too many beards, Captain.
I cannot do it.
The walk car's gonna fill with hair. I've got hair in the walk car.
My hoover's getting full of hair.
It's the quality of humour that I
Yeah.
think is important to maintain on these channels.
Oh, it's
This
like
is interesting.
oh, right,
We've
what?
had a message from Stephen King.
Oh,
Oh, right. Is it something
does
scary?
he want his car back?
He's sent in a model railway
Oh,
video.
Robert Steers. Yes, Robert Steers. We do have your video. He was asking about it earlier on. I said I hadn't seen it. So this is what times should we? Do we have?
We can start. We've got a few.
Okay, so this is from Robert Steers. There's a project I've been working on for Weir Yard. Not prototypical and a good deal of artistic license involved in my decal rendition of Homer's sleeping car. Coming to you in a week or so. Happy Monday. You're twisting my melon, man.
Twisting the melon.
Oh my
right.
goodness!
Oh, yes.
I like that.
That
is
is
so good.
lovely.
Is that the auto rack? It is, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
The Rocco one. Yeah.
Oh, now remember there was the picture that was doing the rounds. There's a photo of the real one. I love. Oh
Look at the detail on that donut.
Yeah, but not only that. Look, it's not covering the holes
Yeah.
because those holes go all the way through. That
Yeah.
decal.
That's
Wow, you must have
brilliant.
got to get busy with like a little pin or something. But that is really
If
good.
that's a decal, that's impressive.
I'm actually colour me a shade of impressed. That is really good.
Although I must say, I never thought I would have to say
I
look
love
at the detail
this.
on that donut, but there we are.
I love this. This is amazing. I love
Absolutely,
it.
Yes, the
I
sleeping
love
car.
it. Oh, Robert Steers, that is amazing. And of course, these are the models from Roca prototype
Safe-back.
models. I think they're all sold out now, but
Yeah.
certainly really impressed. I love
And
it.
Alicia Choo Choo is also impressed.
I love it. And Topsy Toaster is getting really excited as well.
We've got a toaster sound effect. We've got this one. What is this?
It needs to be in the intro. People have been saying. Andy 1962 says Hornby knockers. Ooh, matron.
Oh,
If you could do us a favour, Jen, and
Press the button.
press the buttonsies.
Right, check everything's okay.
No, don't want to.
Johan Swanepoel Swanee says beer potion from Hornby. Actually, I mean, I have heard it mentioned about having the fumes from those steam generators actually smelling like coal fires
That
and
was
stuff.
something that came up on John's MC stream last night. DCC smell.
But what, from the locomotive or just in general? You'd
The
have
scent of the railway.
scratch and
It smells
sniff.
like urine and diesel.
So,
If you want that smell, just go to any show ever. It doesn't even have to be a train show, just any show.
Urine and diesel.
oh. But yeah, right, anyway, Pete, we were talking a little bit, the Monday Club Wagon, right, there's also, can I just say, we will be showing these off, hopefully, I think they are in the post to us, I believe, some samples of these, but at the Great Electric Train Show, the other thing that we're doing is in conjunction with West Hill Wagon Works, who will be sponsoring the Great Electric Train Show this year. They have very, very kindly done for the channel some exclusive 3D printed items, and I believe they're for giving away. Don't come up to me, where's my free stuff? But I will double check with them. But I believe that they are for giving away for free. But if I say actually they're £2, go and pay on the West Hill Wagon Works stand. Then
That's unbearable, Zoe.
but we will have an exclusive themed West Hill Wagon Works product, which if you come and see me at Great Electric Train Show, I believe they will be made available in 00, O gauge, N gauge and TT.
That's a lot of gauge.
So essentially, come up to me and tell me what gauge is your preference, and you might
But
get a
don't come up to Jenny and tell her what your problem is.
West Hill Wagon Works is in the chat and says, yes, they are for you to give away, Jenny. So there we are. So this is an exclusive product from West Hill Wagon Works. And don't forget as well to look out for Friday's video, which we're going to be featuring the West Hill Wagon Works station equipment. These are the products
Very
that
pretty,
do...
by the way. You've got your thing up here. Where is it?
yeah, hold on one
Well,
moment.
haven't you, actually? So,
Let me just...
hold the line, callers. Here's one we prepared earlier, Blue Peter style.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move my class 03 off it.
Move that shoulder.
Yeah, shut that door. Right, so it's all nicely dry.
Should we
now.
move Topsy a little bit to get the full thing in?
No, it's alright.
No, it's all right because we've got a special button down here, don't we?
Have we?
Rostrum cam.
Rostrum cam? Which one's rostrum cam?
Right on the end.
Oh yes, it is. It's the one that says rostrum. So on Friday coming up, we've got this build. Not really showing off to the greatest of effects in the lighting that we've got here, but you'll see in the video. This is the
Try
new.
to put it onto the side of the screen that people can see.
I'm trying to, but it's reversed, and my brain's having a bit of a moment.
Topsy out of the way.
No. Topsy will be modelling it. So this is the West Hill Wagon Works and DCC Concepts modern image station equipment, and we've got a full review and build on Friday's video. And I have to say, I'm not a modern image person, but I love this stuff.
Can I just say, you are frustratingly good at scenic work. It really annoys me.
Will it really annoy you more if I say I just threw this together?
Yes, it would.
I just threw it together under just
I'm
under
gonna have to
2
inspect
hours.
that a bit closer later on
Yeah.
for the visual.
And look, if I turn it upside down, it doesn't all just fall
I
off.
would have laughed if it did. I would have curled.
And I just end up with a little piece of track. But the detail on this is amazing. And the other thing as well is, not normally 3D printed stuff can be a little bit fragile. This stuff, it's
No fraggles?
the material it's made from is quite sympathetic to a few knocks.
I mean, for 3D printing, there's even the details on the access
Yeah.
stairs.
Yeah, and they
Super.
come ready finished. So there are all these. I didn't paint anything.
Which is why it looks so good.
They're you may jest, but it's absolutely true. Everything that you see on here, all of the station stuff, all comes ready finished, and even the platform, which is laser cut MDF, but they have like self-adhesive printed sticker, which you put on, which just gives you the perfect yellow and white
It looks
lines,
fine. It was great.
and that is great, isn't
I
it?
would have just a close
Yeah,
look.
so I'm going to actually be taking that with me to get.
Even the detailing on the benches, you can't see it, but there's little tiny slats
Yeah,
in
but
the
the-
seating and the
And
arms.
the arms are painted blue. They're already finished.
Brilliant.
So
Destination
definitely,
boards and all sorts. It's fantastic.
DCC Concepts will be at Great Electric Train Show, and I believe that they will have stocks of these
Of course,
on
you
their
could as
stand.
well. These are actually the LED ones, so that light, you could actually feed a power thing to that.
Yes,
Have that lit up as well.
that light can be made to light up. I didn't for the build because I was bone idle. But the thing is as well, get yourself to the DCC Concept stand. But
She's frustratingly good at this stuff. It's
It is
really annoying.
I just threw it together. Seriously, I did. I just threw it together. Just under 2 hours of
Did you,
actual
did
build
you
time.
actually static grass or just throw it at the thing?
I didn't. It's too small to static grass. That's just been. I sprinkle it on between finger and thumb, straight onto glue.
Oh, see, if I do that, it just looks like I've sprinkled it on with my finger and thumb.
You haven't got the magic
You look
finger
like you've grown
technique.
this
Yeah.
in a test tube or something. Even your track straight. Take
Yeah,
it away
look.
from it. It's just
And you know it's
infuriating.
even ballasted underneath. If you look down there, it's ballasted.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right, okay, yeah. How do you live in this house with her and her ego, Zoe?
I stay in my office most of the time. It helps that I have a 12-hour job.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, so big thank you to that to West Hill Wagon Works and DCC Concepts. And
Yeah, really impressive.
it's a great
Really,
video,
really nice.
actually. Stevie Film asked, did we talk about possible announcements or did I miss it? The problem I've got is that I actually know what some of the companies are announcing at the Great Electric Train Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got to be careful. If I try and speculate, at the
Yeah,
risk of me actually just telling you what's going to be announced,
Yeah.
I'm
got a
getting into
speculation.
serious trouble. It's just like I can't risk it.
I've got
Seriously.
a speculation.
Is it like a spectrum?
It's like, yeah,
A little bit, yeah.
speculate.
It's a speculation. I've heard that all of the manufacturers are competing to see who can get the Mega Gronk to market first.
What's
Well,
your-
if you go to Olivia's Trains, you can have them for 800 quid.
Yeah, cheap at half the
Oh
price.
my
I'll
goodness.
have two of them.
Is that 800 quid or something like that? Something like that. Like.
My
But
goodness.
like I was trying to say, DCC Concept Stand, but it's so popular that it does sell out quick. So if it's something that's a must-have for you, get it ordered from their website. You can actually ask them if you're going to get. Order it through the website and leave a note saying, "Can I pick it up from you at Get?" to ensure that you get stocks of the products. But I'm not a modern image fan. You know that. I mean, look at the layout. There's like nothing modern image particularly, but I actually thoroughly enjoyed putting it together. It clips together really quite positively. There was no need to trim any parts. You don't have to remove it from like a 3D.
You have to admit, with 3D modelling, the idea of having to trim the parts and make sure that you don't trim off the bits that you need accidentally is a concern.
Nerve-wracking.
Especially for people who don't have the best eyesight.
I've done it before myself with figures. I've cut feet off.
It's so easy.
Like that, arms.
So
and some
having
of the
stuff
3D
where you don't have to do that is just such a winning idea.
And some of the 3D printed stuff, the material they print it out of I liken it to like treacle toffee. It's got that same kind of glassy, hard but brittle texture, and it's so easy to accidentally remove a buttock or a leg or something off your figure.
Got things like resin printing.
I wish it was easy to remove a buttock or a leg of fat with me.
But the choice of materials is brilliant, and the fact that it's ready finished and you don't need to take it off the sprue is brilliant. So if it's right up your street and it's a very comprehensive range, check it out over on DCC Concepts.
I've always liked
then get it ordered. And, you know, you can even ask to pick it up at Getz or at Worley, but get it ordered because it is very, very popular.
So, Jen, next up,
yes,
we have a message.
Yes.
Could you read it?
Yeah, one moment. Sorry, I just want to get this point just on the screen. Andy1962 says, can you easily join a few of those kits together? Yes, they're entirely modular. You can make as big or as small a station as you wish out of these items. Right. Excuse me, sorry, I've been chugging the beverage of choice there. Andrew Johnson says, dear Jenny and Zoe, please find a few pictures taken in the garden of my railway. September is a wonderful time to be in my garden at the moment as we're having spring in the southern hemisphere. There are photos of Hornby 00 Class 08 repainted to LMS livery, trying horsebox, which has just been re-wheeled, an old Trackmaster 062 Clockwork tank engine, a repainted Coco Hornby 00 diesel named Crapello. I've actually got two of them. I love that. It's actually meant to be a Class 55, but they're a bit on the short side. A Hornby 00 Southern Region Suburban train in green, Wren 462 A4 Golden Fleece, do love an A4, and a Hornby 00 Cardiff Castle. So actually that's a really good repaint.
That is a hell of a... If you hadn't told me it was repainted, I wouldn't have...
Yeah, that's actually a really...
That's repainted?
Yeah, it's repainted.
Wow.
That's a nice crisp repaint there.
Yeah, that is really
now,
good.
Application of
I can't condone repainting Hornby 00, but that is a good job. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, because they're done in the style of Hornby 00, the actual die-cast moulding, but they are really good. They were available from Hamleys in London at one point. That is nice. 69561, so that's an N2.
The lighting is so good.
Oh, outdoors lighting works so well. And that's one of the Triang horse boxes. And I believe later on, these were issued as a converter car with the Pico-style coupling at one end and the Triang tension lock at the other.
I believe
so that you could
the term is not converter car, it's GoBot.
Okay. Yeah, Ham Shackleton says, I've got some 3D printed bits from a Chinese company, but it shatters like eggshell.
Yeah, there you go.
There are several types of 3D
B
printers
Mozza, big hello to you. In fact, actually, B Mozza, I've also... Oh, I do like that Ren A4, that is nice.
Yes.
But I've also been at work. You might remember the Hydra.
Hydra.
It's the 1909 Hydra. This is 3D printed as well. It's still a little bit tacky, not enough to leave fingerprints, but you know when the paint just feels a little bit rostrum, slightly sticky. So I've started work. Oh, there's the camera. Started work on the Hydra. You might remember this from the Mailbag Monday. This is one of the 247 development 3D printed kits, and you'll see me at Getz going around looking for. I'm going to get the wheels and the buffers and the drawbar gear.
Can you put bearings in there as well?
Yeah, when you buy the, I think they're Slater's wheels, they come with the bearing cups. And I've actually chosen to paint it in 1980s Satlink livery, just for something a bit different. And also because...
What, like that one that you got over there?
Yeah, that's actually, the reason that Well Troll is out is because...
Comparative.
Yeah, Oh, you've put the rostrum camera up. I
Yeah.
didn't realise that I'm currently dominating people's screens. So I'm just going to move over to that screen. But I'm really enjoying the paintwork on it. So there you are. I mean, it
is lovely, John. You're not attacking the shit, is it?
and these are the axle boxes, but they don't go in until I've got the wheels. There's no point in
you'll
gluing
put
them.
the bearing in the back of them, won't
Yeah,
you?
I think there's like a recess
That
for them.
That is still a little tacky there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Humbrol enamel. The new stuff isn't like it used to
I think
be.
there's an issue with the chemicals they use and what they were using might have
Yeah,
been wildly carcinogenic or something.
Because
It's all European regulations.
Yeah.
Because if any country has said, look, we've got research that says it's a problem, then it goes into the big sorting pile. It's like, right, well, now, bam, 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 bam,
Because
bam.
that red there is Humbrol 60. Now, I had a tin of Humbrol number 60 when I was a kid. Because I used to paint the bottoms of my
You used to paint your bottom.
Yeah. Oh, can I finish this story?
I don't know.
I used. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I used to paint the underside of the hulls of my Airfix warships in Humbrol number 60, which is supposed to be like matte scarlet, and it was a matte scarlet. And I'll be honest, that looks gloss to me, like matte,
it's a bit shiny.
like matte.
I would
my
be tempted to
bottom.
matte that down.
Yeah,
with,
I've got some matte varnish, but I need it to dry first.
That's
Cause,
pretty.
So that is the Hornby 00 Cardiff Castle. One of 4 different castles that Hornby 00 actually produced. Now, Cardiff Castle was the Ringfield motored 2-rail version. They also did Denbigh Castle, which was the first run of the Hornby 00 2-rail castles. And then in 3-rail, they were available first as Bristol Castle. And then the really super rare one is Ludlow Castle, and you almost never see them. But actually a lovely model for their day. A lot of weight to them because they're fully die-cast. Now that is Crepello. It's meant to be a Class 55 Deltic, but Hornby 00 really cocked this one up.
Yeah.
It's noticeably too short.
Too long as well, too tall.
It's a mini Deltic.
It's actually, if you put Bobo bogies on it, it'd look more like a Class 23, the baby Deltic.
Well, this 56 says, nostalgia isn't as good as it used to be.
I know,
No.
it really isn't.
Yeah, it's not quite in focus anymore. Oh, that is nice. I do like the... Is that a Fowler tank? That looks like a Fowler 4P tank. Hornby do a model of it. Now, you've got to be careful. They have done a retooled version. So look out for the DCC Ready version. They are, I believe, quite a respectable model. The earlier ones can be a bit toy-like, but that does look good. And with those LMS Period 3 coaches... That's either mainline or the Bachmann ones, but they do look good actually. I do still pick those up second hand at the right
So
price.
is that essentially the same as what a 4MT would be, or a 4F?
Those and the Fairburn tanks. So that's the the Fowler 264 tank. I think 264 is Adriatic. Somebody said J. Paul Anderson suggests it might actually be a Fairburn. You know, I think you might be right.
It says it's a Stanier tank. Fowler's had a big dome.
Right.
Oh yeah, it's got a small.
But
yeah,
they're actually the basis of which the 4MT, the 264 4MT tank locomotive was based on the designs, which is why they do look quite similar. And this is 4472, obviously Flying Scotsman there. But it just shows, doesn't
Jenny's
it, how
favourite locomotive.
new. But out in the
is.
garden, look at the light, and with the natural background, it really does work. Garden railways. Dongit's Melrose says those are period 1 coaches, not period 3. I stand corrected. Right. Nigel Cole says, but who wants a scarlet bottom? I don't know. Some people pay good money for that. But thank you for those. Right. So really enjoyed those. Thank you for sharing them with us. Jennifer Horton says Fairburns were 20XX series, I think 2073 and 2085 at Lakeside. I think you're absolutely right.
I know so little about steam engines.
Is it like listening to white noise?
I like steam trains, but I've got, that's my
I wouldn't.
J27.
I'm not an expert.
It's a beautiful machine, and
I am absolutely 100% not an expert, but apparently I am when sat next to you.
honestly, Jen,
But I absorb information by osmosis. You don't want to play Trivial Pursuit with me because
I don't. She's a.
I just remember random things I've been told over the years. I can't recall them on command. I can't just sort of wax lyrical about something intelligent. But when I get asked a question, it's like, oh, I do actually know the answer to that.
So next up, we have an interesting one coming from Richard Swiderski. Steam train, electric, and freight movement at Hertford Station in Cheshire.
Excellent. So we
Here
should
we
bring
go.
that up.
Beep, beep, beep.
And as that's interesting, Indie Spaniel says, Jenny, what do you think about the redundancies at BRM magazine? And do you think we still need model railway magazines these days? Now that's interesting because the Cupboard Monkey and I looked up the circulation figures on print magazines. And the reason for this is because, and like all new YouTubers will know this, that YouTubers tend to get treated, not always, but tend to get treated
Whoa, look at
by
speed.
a lot of manufacturers and companies in the industry, certainly in the UK. It's not as much in America. America does seem to have gotten onto the future in digital, but we get treated like we're just like kids playing and making videos. And a lot of companies will spend a lot of money advertising with magazines, but wouldn't give a penny to advertise with YouTubers. Now, I happen to know that the circulation figures for popular UK model rail magazines can be, for an issue, as low as under 5,000, and I think the top one was 29,000. Now,
Which
bear
means
in mind,
that a popular YouTuber can get in one video what the circulation is for a magazine.
even an unpopular YouTuber like myself manages to get like 5 times that every single month. And yet companies will spend thousands of pounds to advertise in magazines, but won't give the time of day
look at that.
to
Good timing.
YouTubers. And actually it's quite shocking how low some of the circulations for magazines are. So
It's
to get
sad
back
in
to
a
the
way.
question about BRM, I can well believe it. If they're making redundancies, then actually it may be a sign that things are turning, that if companies are realizing that, why spend like thousands of pounds to advertise to less than 5,000 people, say, when you can spend a couple of £100 to advertise to 150,000 people. It's a no-brainer, but Britain has always been behind the curve.
Well,
on
rubbish.
What actually surprises
Yeah.
me is that for the amount that some companies spend on advertising in a magazine, they could spend it on a social media manager and a presenter and have their own channel.
Yeah, and you look at the likes of Hattons,
Hattons,
went
Batman.
through. I mean, not so much now. I mean, their social media content has all but dried up, but for a while they really led the way. Hornby
Hornby have
are doing an awful lot and
Yeah.
are really leading the way.
some
And-
of the stuff that's on the Hornby channel.
Yeah.
I watched. I'm not really interested in a lot of locomotives. I'm
Yeah,
very
yeah.
much on the modelling side rather than locomotives. But some of their content was like, actually, this is really good.
Yeah, and then Acura Scale have hired New Junction, Richard Watson, because they see that that's where the future is. We're also seeing Richard Proudman at Bachman doing more and more video content. I think
Yeah, Bachman has really got into it.
some of the companies are starting to realise that's the future. But it is slow. They always say we're about 10 to 15 years behind America. And in the US, YouTubers can make a living out of being hobby modelists.
I can't even make a sandwich out of what I met from YouTube, never mind a living.
I know the feeling.
If people... sometimes the way that some of the trolls go on, you'd think I went to bed every night on a huge, great big pile of money.
You do, and you won't give any to me.
No, the truth is that...
It's diamonds.
yeah, and they're very uncomfortable. No, I still have a day job because I have to, because it doesn't, and it doesn't pay enough, and that's the unfortunate, harsh truth. I just think Skipsy Train, speak hello to you. Great to see you. Although I believe there's an element of lateness involved.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf, but did you get covered in bits of cake as well when he was talking? Right, so who have we
What's that
got?
cake I got covered in?
So this next one is Greenfield Railway.
So it's this, hi, this is a short video of my model railway. I know Jenny wanted to see more autumn colours.
Oh yeah, I do love
So here
autumn.
we are.
So actually, I'm seeing on the screen. So let's
this
bring
is
it up.
lovely.
So you see what I mean? This is what autumn is. One of my favourite things to model. Look at the vibrancy of those
Yeah.
trees
I do like
with the
autumn.
reds and the yellows, and you can still mix in some greens as well. But you've got more of that sort of straw colour. Look at how vibrant that is. I love autumn as a season to model. And look at that there as well. Doesn't it really set things off?
Yeah.
So we've got a Southeastern and Chatham themed railway. So with the birdcage coaches, I can see a D. Oh, that's a H class.
That looks real.
Behind it, I'm going to say that's a D class.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is D class. Some of those new the EFE Rail London and South Western Railway vans are really nice, actually. We did mention them on a video, but I'll be honest with you, they are incredible, and I do feel inclined, actually. I might go back and do a review of them. I've not seen anybody do a review of the EFE Rail London and South Western Railway vans, and I think actually they probably need to be shown there. They're very underrated.
Indie Spaniel actually has an interesting point. The
Yeah.
only thing with some YouTubers is that they're very biased to certain manufacturers. This is actually true of magazines as well, but I
Yes.
think with the level of professionalism that an editor brings, there's,
Yeah, and
it's
also-
less obvious if there's bias.
And if you're a professional journalist, it's one of the things that you don't get far in journalism if you're severely biased all the time. But yeah, I mean, I think some YouTubers, yes, would be biased, but not all. I think there's some that are not biased at all. You know, they view everything with an impartial eye.
Yeah.
And I think probably more than you'd think. And I see a lot of criticism levelled against certain YouTubers, especially those that get sent samples saying, "Oh, you just like bought and paid for," but and actually, no, it doesn't work.
Because you
like
can't do that.
No.
If you get a reputation
Actually, you
for
can get
that,
prosecuted for that. Can I just say, yeah? So
Yes.
effectively, when people say you're bought and paid for, what you're actually saying is you're committing a crime, and I'm committing defamation by claiming something that's false.
yeah, there is
But-
a bit of that, but
yeah.
at the same time, it's very, very difficult to prove that.
For sure,
Yeah.
people
Why-
do have the favourites.
But
Everyone has the favourites, yes. But the
the-
key is to try and
and
have
it's
someone
something
there that
that
says,
I've
"Let me
always
tone
said,
that down."
yeah. Something, and I see this like this sort of this pious, like, oh look at me, I don't accept any samples or free products, as if this is some kind of badge of honor. I remember in the 90s, the music industry
yeah.
went through the same pious virtue signaling, and if you made money, you were somehow selling out, and it's like. That's the whole point of the music industry is to make a living.
No. If you are a true legitimate band, then you don't even advertise your gigs. You just show up in a car park somewhere and play
Yeah.
from the back of a van and then run away the moment someone comes and listens.
Yeah, and it becomes this
That's
very
a true musician.
Yeah, it's like if you're popular, you've sold out, and it's like no, they're doing something right because they're popular. And it's like I just find it very pious, and when you drill down into it, it's like actually they're just a little bit miffed because they're not getting sent samples.
Yeah.
But no, if you're a true YouTuber,
Yeah.
you should be recording your videos onto Betamax and then
And
leave your
labeling-
living room.
Using Audacity.
Labeling them with a dyno labeler as
And
if
then
they're
hiding them in
actually
charity
old
shops.
episodes of the Antiques Roadshow, just to throw people off the scent. Oh, look at these! These are the Daypole
like that.
semaphore signals.
love
Very
it,
nice.
Now, at the start of the stream, we talked about those.
Are they the Genesis clutches?
I think those are,
Well,
Values
very nice.
56XX says, everyone is biased, except me. And that's another
Absolutely.
thing. It's actually an interesting trap you can fall into. Yeah, you're all biased. I'm not.
I think
you
everybody has some degree of bias. The
Keeping
trick
it
is,
under control is the
yeah, and it's like sometimes you look at it and you think, you know, I personally, I love this item. I'm happy with its foibles, but you still have to point out the foibles.
Yeah.
James Pett, yes, GWR signals on an SECR layout sometimes needs must when the gods of RTR don't provide exactly what you need. Unfortunately, the only signals available are
Can I just
not necessarily the ones that you would need to
Can
be
I just
accurate.
say, look, James, just put GWR signals on SCCL out. I was completely oblivious. I just saw signals on a railway.
Basically, it's like, well, we could have the correct signals, but I'm not making them, so they wouldn't
know what the
exist.
correct
here.
signals look
It's
like.
like, so it's basically it's when the choice is between no signals and
Yeah,
those signals.
someone would need to show me what the right signals were, and then I would know what the wrong signals were. But
I'm not entirely sure I'd know what an SECR
Yeah.
signal should look like.
Not like that, apparently.
I'd have to go and look them up.
Okay, the final one that I've got in the list, now we'll look in the spam folder in case there's any more, is
Okay,
from
yeah.
Simon Trains.
Oh, excellent. So this is hello, Jenny, Zoe, Topsy Toaster, and Iron Horse Railways. Tonight's offer for the Cult of Gronks. Gronk it up! Gronk it up! Gronk it up! Hashtag not a cult for legal and tax reasons.
Must say,
For legal and tax reasons, we must admit
Sorry,
that
Monday
the
Club is
Gronk It Up
capturing
Gronk
a class-
club is not a cult. Your mileage may vary.
Capturing a Class 142 pacer, 142003, multiple locations, Newton the Willows, Flint and Earlstown. Thank you for the Monday Club, and see you, Topsy Toaster it gets. Oh, Topsy is getting very excited. He is looking forward to people inserting their crumpets in him, and he will
Hey!
he will toast them, and then if you ask him,
your loaf, mister?
yeah,
He's going to be the toast of the town.
oh. But also, as well, we may be able to we'll try and find a tub of, I can believe it's not butter, margarine. And then we will, maybe we'll have like some kind of crumpets, some major crumpets.
Yeah,
of
if
fun.
you could press the button.
Remember those little toaster pockets you got that had like spaghetti or something inside them, and
Oh,
they came
yeah.
out like lava?
Yeah.
I thought those
Whoa,
were.
that's
whoa.
good.
That's a
He's
very-
not going to
that's-
sell. He's not going to
He's not
smell
gonna
much
s-
ice cream. He's not going to sell much ice cream going at that speed.
Absolutely.
that
Oh,
what the-
Flint.
Look, Christ!
Beep, beep.
Someone
It's
found
like-
that really is a
There's
pace,
people on board going, "Oi, you're supposed to stop." that
So
was
my wife and kids, I love that.
Earlstown. It's like, are you not stopping anywhere? There's people on there. Look at them. They're
I
like,
know that.
We're being kidnapped.
they're pressed up against the window.
Let us out.
Is this going to be
Let
a
us
new
out.
version of the film Speed?
So thank you so much. Yeah, it's like,
Pop quiz, hot shot.
yeah, you've heard of snakes on a plane.
Oh,
This
here's
is-
people who can't get off.
This is Traces on a pacer.
Oh, apparently it's a preserved pacer, so it must have been on a rail tour.
It won't
And it's like,
preserve much
yeah,
longer if
Jennifer
it's going that
Horton.
fast.
Jennifer Horton says, imagine riding on the 142 for pleasure. There's all the people on there with the steamed up windows. Like, ooh, this is great.
I mean,
This is-
I'm not saying that people didn't like the 142 paces, but I remember distinctly as a child coming back from Scarborough one evening with my family, and someone threw a rock through the window of it, and it missed my head by inches. So not to say that people
Right,
didn't
can I
like
just
paces.
say, when pacers were actually in traffic, everybody hated them. What happened? Is this like when you finally retire, people stop hating you and
Pretty
you
much.
become a national treasure?
That's why.
I am legitimately not finding anything from SHGP Media. I'm sorry.
That is why.
It's not coming through
reunion talk is
SHGP
so well.
Media.
Are you sending it to zoe.robinson@gmail.com?
Not Robinson.joke-Zoe.
Oh, yes, Ham Shackleton, margarine, that yellow wax with a picture
11th
of
of
a-
September, I
a
found one.
long-legged bird on the stalk margarine. My grandmother used to do all the
Yeah.
baking with
It
that.
was a very old person food. It was horrible.
Oh, Valley's 56XX says, yeah, condemned souls of the dead, doomed to ride the pacer for eternity, pressed up against the sweaty glass. Help! Help! And do you remember, every time a fast train went past the other way, the doors used to go...
Yes, they did. They'd rattle at an alarming rate.
And when it was really, really full and there was like standing room only, you used to really think like the guy who stood by that door is going to absolutely shat himself.
Right, I found it.
Right,
SHGP Media.
York Model Railway Show, Hills of the North, Spirit of Shap.
No, don't press it yet because we sent a message.
Aha. Filmed at the York Model Railway Exhibition, Hills of the North, Spirit of Shap, is a 00 gauge layout which depicts the West Coast Main Line at Shap Summit in the Cumbrian Fells. The layout aims to recreate scenes from this famous railway location, including banking engines assisting heavy trains up the steep incline to the summit. The layout will be one of the many it gets next month.
Have you thought about going forth and multiplying? Because don't let me stop you.
What? What did you do?
About going forth and multiplying. Because you looked at me and said, gets.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to gets.
No, I turned around. I could hear you chuckling. I thought you were like pulling silly faces
Retro
behind me.
Ramble says, I've always liked stalk margarine because I've only got one leg. I think that's flamingo. So.
Shaky Hand Shed Model Railway says that if it's yellow, it's a blended spread. Margarine is white. Margarine was just gross. Right, let's go. Hit play. In your own time. This does
I thought I pressed play. Sorry.
Apparently not. This does look nice, actually. I look at the rolling hills.
Going well.
Yeah. Ooh.
Is that a 4MT?
I think that's a standard class 4 tank locomotive. So that's.
I've got a standard class 4, but it's a tender, and the tender one doesn't have the square boxes on the side of it.
No, because it's not a tank engine.
SHGP Media says, ignore this video, it's the announcement I want to plug. We haven't got the announcement.
I'm afraid this is the only one we've got, but we're playing it because it's actually really good.
It's really
That's
nice.
a Stanya 8F, that. This is nice. Oh, look at the little allotment. Oh, I do like that.
I like an allotment.
Yeah.
I love the vastness of the scenery.
Tiny model cabbages and all sorts of
see that
vegetables.
footbridge in the
I don't know
real
why I'm doing it in the
the
Welsh
real
voice from
footbridge in that
from the Final
location.
Fantasy VII.
I bet you if you went and stood on that footbridge in a gale, it would whistle.
Don't let you only hear melody.
So is that Royal Scot? Oh, that's
beep.
That's a Princess Coronation. The diagonal yellow stripe, incidentally, denotes a member of the class towards the end of their careers when they were banned from working south of Crewe under the then new electrification because they were out of gauge, and it pretty much spelt the end for. Well, they were too tall, weren't they? Because
I don't really.
the Princess Coronation was within the limits of the loading gauge of the time, so when they electrified. They were in danger of causing an arcing. They were too close to the wires. So they were banned from running south of Crewe. But that was what they were designed to do, was to run London to Scotland.
So you not think you were meant to do, yeah, but you can't do it anymore.
And basically they were all withdrawn within a few years because they didn't have the work for
Is that
them.
an 8F?
That's a 9F.
We saw one of them at that place when all three of us were
I
there.
swap a 9F with you somewhere. You've got one out there somewhere from me.
Okay,
I've
Jen,
got two 9Fs. This is
we're
nice.
past 9 now. Can we jump back?
Oh, okay. So,
Jump back, want to kiss myself.
what?
Jenny Brown, jump back.
All right, sorry. I thought you'd forgotten.
That was lovely. Thank you so much,
It's like,
SHGP.
do you remember
Media,
there's
for
like
sending
there's
that
an
in.
inner voice and you're letting your inner voice break through into the real world there.
We don't shield the inner voice.
So good night to 3B Rail, good night to you, and thank you as well. Topsy Toaster says, hello Dad, thank you for giving birth to me.
What's that people?
Oh, that
starting to
man.
drop out.
Are they? Why? Oh, wait, it's
bedtime, isn't it? It's bedtime.
yeah, it's a school night. So unfortunately,
I'm going to put the sound on my logo.
yeah.
I do not see
That sounds
whatever
unnecessary.
you sent.
Oh,
I'm sorry, SHGP Media, whatever you're sending, it's not coming through.
It's
He
the
says he sent
20.
something. It's like, no, there's
I'm
nothing
afraid
here.
we haven't. It hasn't come through.
Something's trundling.
Yeah, it's come undone at the back. I'm going to leave that now. We're right at the end. I'll give it a spanking later. So we're going to turn the sound on.
Right, guys, I'm going to have to pop off because I've got to get set up for Game Hammer. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and until next time, I believe we're going to jump to just having a little bit of trains running.
Absolutely. So thank you for joining us. It's been great having your company. If you haven't already done so, do please tickle that like button. Share this stream to social media and subscribe to the channel. If you're not already subscribed, you'll be the first to know about new videos as and when they go up. Don't forget as well that you can head on over to Patreon and help support the channel to keep making the videos that you want to see. We've also got a fully stocked merch store underneath the video, and you can be resplendent in your t-shirts, hoodies, with your mugs and so much more. If you catch us at the Great Electric Train Show on the 14th and 15th, we will be giving away absolutely free, in conjunction with the show sponsors, West Hill Wagon Works, a special unique item which come up, say which scale you model, and if it's one of the scales we've got, then we will just give you one. We will give you one. And a big thank you to West Hill Wagon Works for arranging that for us. Very, very grateful. Coming up this week, we have got on Friday the Decency Concepts West Hill Wagon Works modern station equipment. We do a review and a quick build with them. Ridiculously easy to put together. Great results, pretty much guaranteed every single time. And our Wednesday video, what is our Wednesday video?
Your top 10 Bachmann locomotives.
Ah, yes. So building on the top 10 Hornby locomotives that I picked out a few weeks ago, we've done, by popular demand, top 10 Bachmann locomotives. So stay tuned for that. And we'll also be announcing the all-new Monday Club Wagon at the Great Electric Train Show. Do stay tuned for that. And they'll be going on sale shortly after. Well, they'll be going up for ordering. You can order them with confidence through Rails of Sheffield shortly thereafter, with expected delivery. I think it's Q2 next year, but don't quote me on that. And there are a few of the PAL bricks still remaining, which you can, if you catch us quickly at the Great Electric Train Show, purchase one direct from us, £25. And if you should want anything signing, we will do that there. We've also got books for sale. You know the score, but until next time, you take great care. And thank you to Iron Horse Railways. Do head on over to his channel, check him out. We've also got the Cupboard Monkey and his Game Hammer Classic Gaming on tonight.
Yes.
So stay tuned. You will be punted across at some point. So your live streaming entertainment will continue through the night. For now, we're going to sit back and enjoy some relaxing sounds of trains chugging at where you are. Take care.
The train now departing is the 2107 service to the Great Electric Train Show, stopping at Weir Yard, Bolton Trinity Road, Minith Tatis, Tatis Newydd, Butts Farting, that unnamed layout, Eindhoven, Pittsburgh, somehow, and then on to the Great Electric Train Show. That's the 2107 service to the Great Electric Train Show. If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For every train there ever was has gathered there together, because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Adios, amigos.
Stay frosty.
Keep your
Topsy Toaster says, keep it toasty.
Keep your tits dry.
What? Keep your what?
It's from a film called Zombieland Double Tap.
Oh, I haven't seen that for
It's
ages.
great. Yours is louder than mine. It's not fair.
You know you've got a volume control.
It's fully maximum. I've only got a tiny sugar cube speaker in that.
This one's got the standard Hornby one.
My back end has gone now.
Has it?
I want to set off just listen to this. I love the chip.
I'm not sure which profile's on this one, to be honest.
I'll be here too long, Jen, because I've got to get on this.
Yeah, no worries.
I'll do one more circuit with this thing now. Pretty little thing, isn't it? It's a pretty little thing, isn't it?
I do like it. I love the way that John JMC, our guru of sound, just knows what the sound profile is. He says A3, that profile.
He is the knower of sounds.
He is the sound whisperer. There is no sound decoder that he cannot whisper the goodness into.
Come to me if you
Now,
can.
everybody else uses an actual programmer to program a decoder. He just whispers to it. It's alright. I'll when that gets up here, I'll see what it's doing.
Also, the best thing about this is when that train stops now, it's going to squeal with the brakes. Listen to it. My little bit, listen to this. It sounds amazing. Listen. I love that. I don't know why. I just think that's amazing.
It is quite nice.
I love it. So, if you look back, my CVs are out of sync. Why? Why are they out of sync?
And they just, sometimes it does that. So Timber Surf says, heading off. No worries, you take great care. Joshua W56 says, evening. Ben Tullett says, park. No,
we've been good this evening.
Yes, you have.
Nothing is left for station.
Yeah.
Intention,
Oh, don't forget to take the rest of your pizza with you.
Yeah.
Do you want like a little Tupperware or something?
Yeah. If you got something, that'll be. There's something I'll wrap it in. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I need to put stuff onto DCC now.
Have you had fun?
I've had a good time.
Have you had a good time? Are you ready to gamble for tonight's star prize?
So I can just turn that off now. I can just close
Yeah.
that now, can't I?
See, I like that. That Planet Industrial Victory. Is that not great?
It is a pretty little.
Can I just say? All right, John JMC, our guru, sound said, my next YouTube video will be me whispering to sound decoders.
It better well be.
Now, John JMC, our guru of sound. So does that mean you're free agent at Gets? You don't actually. You're not going to be on a.
I think he's there with a layout actually, Jen. I think he is exhibiting.
That makes sense. Because Rails of Sheffield aren't actually. They're not doing shows this year. Well, they're doing their own shows, sort of, but they're not going to shows. That thing keeps coming off the track.
Yeah, it's not happy. Is it?
It's very naughty.
What's the happy chocolate? What do you like? Where's my flap? There it is. What are you looking for? My little shunting flap.
Oh, your flaps.
That's really well. I'm just
Oh,
showing
right,
how,
yeah.
how good it looks. If you look at this rake of trains here, you just insert it.
Oh, I love a good insertion. Is this where you projectile a wagon to the back of the layout like it's on some kind of trampoline?
Because it's on an incline, the wagons have got tension on them.
So on your laser display screens, you'll be seeing Iron Horse Railways
There you
attempting
go.
to demonstrate his special flicker
works.
of wagons.
See, because it's on a hazel.
Yeah, but because look at that! That's perfectly uncoupled every time.
No,
That's what you need for shunting.
Because it's on a incline.
No, it's not.
It is.
They're just saying,
From the tension. See, that's uncoupled.
right?
You go there. There you go. See. Aha. I must admit, my floppy paddle is not as big as it might be.
Your flappy paddle.
Isn't it?
Well, you've got to be careful with your flappy paddle.
Oh, I need to move on vertical. Can you rescue my little local?
Oh,
please,
yeah.
Jay?
Oh, right. Yes. I've
I
got
know
to
what you're thinking. What? He'll forget about it if I distract him long
I
enough.
would not do that. I've already got plenty. I've already got a J27.
Ah, but not in the late price.
What have you done there?
What have I done where? That is a bit of blue tack.
Where's your coal load?
No, there wasn't a cut. That's how it comes, Jen.
Oh, is it? Oh,
That's why I need some coal dust or something.
right. I don't think I've got any in the house. Could be wrong.
It's not a major issue. I can always make some myself.
Because we use smokeless briquettes here now. The trouble with them is if you hit them with a hammer, they just become basically what looks like soot.
Right, okay.
Oh, listen to that.
It's doing it again, isn't it?
It's doing it. It's naughty now. Yeah.
Like a growling terrier.
I need to check round. Right.
Right then, very good. Craig, just like the real thing. Yes, absolutely, Richard.
I think I haven't used my Midland compound for ages. Trying to see, this is one of the problems. You always get certain locomotives that just constantly misbehave.
Yeah.
Do you get that as well?
Yes, absolutely, I do.
And it's like they're just vying for attention.
Of course, I see you seem to have taken your attention off me for 30 seconds. Allow me to derail.
Yes. Allow me to destroy your entire network. Oh. So I'm actually. I think this will be quite nice.
That's a pretty little colour.
Well, that one, yeah.
Yeah. Has that got a snowplow on it, that one?
That one?
No, on the bottom shelf, the grey shelf.
That one.
Fifth local in.
J36, yes it
Right,
does.
that's very good.
Loco. 1, 2, 3.
The locomotive storage solution looks good anyway. I like that.
Yeah, that is a bit radical. Midland. Hey, John, how did you know it was the Midland compound? It's not been on screen yet.
He just knows these things.
Oh, he can tell from the sound
Senses
decoder.
these things. See you later, guys. Bye bye.
So, Iron Horse Railways is now heading out. So, do I dare leave the layout unattended briefly?
I wouldn't.
No, I've got to come and sort you out. Right, so there may be colossal calamity, in which case, I'm not a ladder person. Right, you've got all your stuff. Do you want a can of Coke?
I'll take some Coke. Yeah, I've got some.
I'll bring you a couple of cans. Right, Iron Horse has left the building, so we're going to be winding down. Somebody said something about propelling. I think oh, it's typical, isn't it? I step out, so one of the locomotives is being a nuisance. So we're coming to an end now here on Weir Yard, but don't worry, your live streaming entertainment will continue over on Gamehammer Classic Gaming. But until next time, you take great care of yourself. Happy modelling. Bye for now.